Hello, everybody. We are back for it says it said encoding overloaded. I don't know what the hell that means. Oh, I guess I'll just continue that and hope. Anyway, the reason why we're back for an episode 2.5 was because my fucking computer decided to lock up on me out of nowhere, but luckily we were able to save everything, and so we're back here in Chapter 4. Doing ghost things. There's... Ow.
Getting ourselves killed.
Yeah, right off the bat, why not? I feel like doing something a bit different today. You know, getting murdered by this guy. Again, I run directly through him. Oh, that's the fucking bathroom. I need to hide. But I need to hide!
And this is how you get whacked.
Bye! Bye, stupid! Ah! Damn it, Alyssa, finish the job. You need to go downstairs. Okay, so what was I doing before the computer died?
I don't recall.
I was here, I had a mirror that I didn't know what to do with. The last thing I picked up was this mirror, so I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with it. Actually, do you want the mirror? No, your statue's fetching water, nothing else. You probably don't want it, do you? And I can't go outside because we have to go find Dennis. So, since you're playing games, I'll continue talking about Mega Man X6.
Sure, I was gonna talk about...
Monster Sanctuary?
I was gonna finish up the bit on Monster Sanctuary, yeah.
Monster Sanctuary.
By pulling up the game, I'm able to, like, pull up certain details. So, like, one of the great things about this game, or one of the things I think is really interesting, is while, you know, Pokemon, like, so, while this game is more limited than Pokemon in certain ways, every one of the monsters has all these skill trees, and as they level up, you put points into the skill trees, which unlocks them different abilities, and unlocks them different, like, passives and stuff, and it kind of makes them fit a specific role. So, like, this guy's clearly support, because his trees do very good support. Or this guy can be support, but he can also be high physical damage, depending on, like, where you put your points and things like that. I always thought that was cool.
That just happened.
Oh, you can go through the mirror. $5 says the girl chases you on this side.
Oh no, we're in female world. And we got a key card? Oh, release form. Do I just give it to that dead guy?
If it's, you check what kind of item it is.
Anyway, let's explore. Hey girl. Who has lightning powers? Lightning powers. Bitch, I'm looking around the room. Leave me alone. Go away, bitch. Yeah, you just keep running out there. Forget how your legs work.
Lol.
Alyssa, you want to get up?
But yeah, the game only has like 4 types though, and everything has like a weakness. And like something, so the types are like water, fire, lightning or air, I guess. And then water, fire, lightning, air, and like grass or earth.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to hide in here forever.
You almost always will have like the thing that's super effective against whatever you're fighting.
There you are.
And then it's a 3-on-3 game where you have 6 guys, but you have 3 of them out at a time.
I love all these
Yeah.
mods are a thing.
But yeah, if you like Pokemon and you like Metroidvanias, highly recommend.
I wanted to see what was behind the bed.
Apparently nothing.
Ow, what the? That hitbox is fucked.
She spun them above her head, I guess.
I need that water. Bye, bitch. I'll see you in 3 seconds. Do it, leave me alone! Ah! Hold on, a child! No way.
Slice and dice.
Slice and dice, absolutely nothing.
There you are.
I will use this bathroom to give her a swirly. She got incredibly disinterested and teleported away after I ran into the bathroom. Cause she knew absolutely how much I needed to piss.
Oh, also, how you quote unquote catch things in this game is interesting, because
Is it 3 shakes?
nope, it's
It's 4 shakes.
It's just a drop chance. When you defeat an enemy, there is a chance that they drop an egg of whatever they are, and then that you use the egg to get them. So it's just every enemy in the game has a drop chance, including some of the bosses. So like,
There are boss Pokemon?
yeah, there's like boss fight ones where they're super strong.
Oh, I need 3 keys.
And there's a chance you get their eggs, because on one of my save files, I got that on one of the bosses, and I was super happy, because it was like the coolest boss out of all the ones I fought.
It's the one that's a dragon.
Nope, it's the one that's like an orca, but also a wolf.
That is an interesting idea. Okay, so I guess we're gonna need these 3 key... Oh, never mind. That was bullshit. I need 3 keys, bitch. You need to give me keys. This fucking guy. Wait, how did I get out last time? Do you want a picture of a kid? I got a picture of a kid.
They did indeed want a picture of a kid.
Oh, you had an arrow. Then where am I gonna find all these fucking keys? I need 2 more keys. I just used all my puzzle items on nothing. Well, I guess I'll go to the mirror world again, because I don't know where else I could go. I thought I picked up the first key from a dead guy. I thought the rest of the keys would be on the dead people.
Now the first dead guy dropped in the item that makes you invisible, I think.
Where the fuck did I get this damn key? Oh wait, I forgot. I was gonna go do something before. Because I opened it before. I'll be back with you in a second, lady.
I think the thing that's cool about so how the game works combat-wise, because I don't think I touched on this, is you bump into an enemy, like think like a Metroidvania, so like, you know, there's enemies walking around platformer style. When you bump into one of them, they it turns into a Pokemon encounter. Like it goes into a turn-based Pokemon.
But is this 3v3 thing you were talking about?
Yeah, it tends to be 3v3. So like monsters, when you find one monster, you'll tend to find 2 monsters near them. And when you bump into one of them, you fight all 3 of them. And then you fight with 3 things. And the thing I thought was always the most fun on my first save that I got really far on before I decided to try a different starter, because there's different starters, is the try to win in 1 turn. Like, try to kill everything in 1 turn, which I learned is hard to do, but is really fun to try to do it by stacking as many, like, I wouldn't say status effects, essentially, as possible. So this is just a hiding place where she can't see you, I guess.
It's the bathroom. And we get the gratuitous panty shot for no reason.
Oh, did we really?
Well, yeah,
wasn't watching.
she got really close to the camera for it too. Like, it was really obvious. Oh. Are you kidding me? It was just in the sink. Okay, fair enough, that was my fault. She's really happy about that too. She totally stabbed me. Shut up, bitch! Go away! I can't run on my crippled legs. So, can we get back to Mega Men?
Yes, you can go back to Mega Man.
I don't wanna step on your exclusive Pokemon time.
No, you're good. I think I've said basically everything.
Oh, keys are happening now, so let's figure out what our next step is gonna be. Oh, perfect, there's just a portal.
The other game I played was, I don't think I'm gonna go back to it. I wasn't. There's, one fatal flaw to it, and that's No More Heroes.
Really? You didn't like the minigames?
I didn't like the fact that you have to grind the,
Here is a Spanish man.
I don't like that you have to grind the
boring shit.
Yeah, so like, I did the first mission, killed the first guy, it was okay.
Hello, I'm Spanish Dick Tracy.
I killed the I did the missions, like the side missions that came up the first time, then I went and killed the next guy. And then it was like, okay, now you need this much money to kill the 3rd guy. And I was like, okay. And then I ran the numbers, and I have to do, like, the same 4 quests, like, 10 times, if not more. And I was like, well, that's dumb. I don't want to do the same minigame over, like, the same fight over and over and over again until I have enough money to do the next new thing.
Today is Alyssa's 10th
And
birthday.
Oh god, I can't fucking
this is
skip
voice
this.
acted.
Anytime now.
Yeah, for some reason they started voice acting their diaries, and I can't skip it!
She is everything.
Ah!
I wish for nothing more than to watch over her.
Why? It's 8
No, that is
pages.
not to be. Every step she takes towards adulthood is a step away from me.
Why did you write so many
I
words?
want so much to be with her always. I have stumbled across an incredible document. An account of a ceremony.
Oh my god, have you seen this piece of paper? It says that I have to kill my own daughter.
By obtaining the
What a crazy paper!
15th birthday and drinking her blood, a person can be transformed.
Wait, why did you say that if the last sentence is
Receive the
true?
gift of immortality. I am disgusted by the nature of this ritual, of course.
Capcom, you're terrible at writing! Who wrote this?
Cannot resist its allure.
Yeah, okay, the final boss is Grandpa. I figured it out. Whoop-de-doo.
Well, it's Grandpa reborn into Mask Face. Or it's gonna be the demon that lives in his body. You are. You killed her dad! You killed her dad.
Yet another amazing discovery. The legend of Lord Burroughs
I've never heard of that before.
is a mysterious triangular crest. It is said that the one who is able to decipher the secrets of the crest will be able to become an entity. I suspect that this too is related to the
This guy's writing a college paper on this murder case.
What do the letters A, D, and N signify? I must know.
Seriously, dude?
Somehow, I must
What do these mean? And then someone else rearranges it for him, and it's like, oh my god, it was a word the entire time! Or it was the name of my son. So yeah, Mega Man X6, pretty poo-pooed by the community. Even on the ROM website where I got it from, like, like websites that have no business having reviews will still have reviews. And this one had like enough reviews to like throw it down to like, 5 out of 10 range, which I thought was weird because on those websites you're like lucky to get like, I don't know, like even 10 people giving reviews. So I was surprised that like 50 people came out to poo-poo the game, so I wasn't looking forward to anything. And
You liked it.
well, yeah, I was gonna get to that. It was like, well, one thing, the game is an embarrassment for Capcom. I don't know what the fuck they were doing around the time that it was made, around like 2003, but it makes them look like lazy and embarrassing because for whatever fucking reason, it's a fucking it's a fucking subbed game. They didn't even bother getting the fucking VAs on it. They just fucking brought over the Japanese shit and put the words under it. And then there's like fucking consistent grammar mistakes, and I was like, are you serious, Capcom? How fucking lazy did you have to be to cobble this bullshit together for your last game on the PlayStation? Cause no English voice acting, and grammar mistakes up the wazoo all over the place. And then the levels themselves were particular problems because they were gimmick levels, but they were like fucking terrible gimmicks. Like the highest point was like one level where you have to fight like the same mini boss who's a pain in the ass like fucking 7 times in a row, and that's the only thing in the level. And I can't remember. Oh really, Alyssa, what a fucking brainiac on this one. And then, like, a bunch of levels were like that, where it was just, like, really stupid-ass gimmicks. And then some of the bosses were just, like, the goofiest fucking names. It's like, the last one was named Infinity Maginian. And then another one was called Metal Shark Player. It's like, that was actually its name, was Metal Shark Player.
What year did this game come out?
I think it was like, it had to be in 2002, 2003. So, whatever, I don't know if Capcom was just like on hard times so they didn't give a shit, but clearly they just did not fucking care. And I thought the game was gonna be fucking difficult, but it kind of turned into a Devil May Cry 2 situation where, like, a lot of the... And in the X series, like, a consistent thing is that you need to grab all your power-ups. Like, the game is clearly designed for you to grab, like, 100% of the health that you can get, and 100% of the power-ups that you can get. You have to grab everything, so that's why it's always been kind of annoying to play. It's because you have to do the secondary shit. There's not like, room for a player who just wants to have a casual run. You have to do it. But... The power-ups in, the power-up locations were actually reasonable, and were actually pretty easy to find on the first go-around, which I was very surprised by. Because, like I said, they always made it a point of a pain in the ass in every other game. And then, like I was saying, the story was also kind of interesting, where it's the one game that has, like, direct continuity with, X5. Because the game takes place like 3 or so weeks after the events of X5, where the central plot point was because of evil. There was this orbiting space colony that was going to crash into the Earth and kill everyone. So that was why there was a time limit, was because this thing was just like going to crash into the planet, and they had to deal with that. So obviously, in order to do that, they need to pick up technology that was ironically being held by, 8 robot masters. They just conveniently had everything they needed.
As you do.
In this one, because, like I said, at the end of X5, Zero takes the final bullet from Sigma to save X, so he ends up getting killed. Again, quote-unquote.
Gotcha.
An important plot point in this one is that there's, I don't know why this happened, but even though the space colony crashing plot point was supposed to kill everyone, technically bits and pieces of the colony still crash into the Earth, but it doesn't kill everyone. But what ends up happening is that as a consequence of either the space colony showing up on Earth and or Zero dying, there's a new series of viruses that are going around the planet and turning more robots into mavericks. And just generally kind of being like a virus that's killing everyone.
That carries over into the Zero games, I think.
I mean, it might have continuity considering that, I don't know, Capcom just kind of likes this dark timeline that they wrote for themselves. They just kept going with it.
So, it came out in November of 2001, so I'm currently trying to look at other games they made in that time period. It's just, the Wikipedia page for all of Capcom's games is actually 6 Wikipedia pages, done alphabetically, and then on those pages I can sort each one by date, but I have to sort them by date within, the titles of these letters, so I can't just have everything on one page of 2001.
I mean, I know Capcom is a huge company, but have they made that many games?
They must have. They must have had their hands in that many games. The pages are 0 through D, E through L, M is entirely its own page. The letter M is entirely its own page.
Oh, I wonder why it is.
R, N through R, S is its entirely own page, and then T through Z.
Okay, so I don't think Alyssa has a run button because I just tried to hit every button and I don't think anything did anything for running.
I don't recall a run button either.
I wonder if there's a
game. By the way, this game came out around that time, I think. Let me double check.
I wonder if there's a control screen. Okay, so yeah, there isn't one.
Okay.
Maybe they were just having an off.
No, this thing
series
came
of
out
years.
a year later. This game came out a year later. The game we're playing right now, Clock Tower 3, came out in December of 2002. And X6 came out in November of 2001. Other games that came out in 2001 around that time, Capcom vs. SNK 2, Millennium Fighting 2001, Breath of Fire 2 for the Game Boy Advance, Devil May Cry came out that August, the first Devil May Cry game. So they were pumping out some bangers, because Capcom vs. SNK, 2 is a great game. And, Devil May Cry is a good game.
It's a good enough game, at least. Ow. No, run away!
Everblue Gate. They were the producer, I think, in that one. El Dorado Gate Volume 7. I don't even know what that is. That came out in October. Who died?
Wasn't worth it.
Let's see here. 2001. November. We would have got. 4 months earlier, we would have got Mega Man X5.
Wait, did you say 5 months?
4 months.
There was a 4-month development window on this?
At least a Microsoft Windows version of Mega Man X5, so I don't know if that's
Probably not.
It's probably a re-release, but I just looking at the timeline, I was like, wait, Mega Man X5, July 30th, 2001, and then the next game on the list is Mega Man X6, November 29th, 2001. My guess is if I scroll up, I'll eventually find Mega Man X6 again.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
Mega Man. Okay, it's a year. Mega Man X5 came out almost a year to date from when it came out. When X6 came out.
I was gonna say another wonky thing is that the platforming is also kind of fucked up in the game. Like positions of things are just not where they're supposed to be, and it's just kind of like it's just like generally shoddily designed. But I was gonna talk about the story of the game, and the story that I was getting around to as a there's a new the new virus that I already discussed is coming from the crash thing, and like the planet, like just generally people start dying in massive numbers, and this guy's such a fucking prick. That's not what I wanted to do, Alyssa. I wanted to turn around and throw the fucking water at him.
Run through the door.
If I can make it through the door, I'll have enough time to get out of panic.
Survivor 2 Code Veronica came out in November of 2001.
Oh yeah, I still need to play that game because apparently it got a European release.
The first Ace Attorney game came out in October, right before that.
So as you can see, it was a terribly crap time for Capcom.
But some of these games are really good.
And that's the joke!
What else? I'm just curious what all came out in fall of 2001.
We're just horribly closeted Capcom fanboys.
I mean, no, I'm not closeted about my Capcom fanboyness. I just know I am a Capcom fanboy. Capcom's probably my favorite video game company.
Nah, they made too much crap to be the favorite.
They've also made a shit ton of good stuff.
Yeah, but look at it as garbage. And all the other garbage. They've made bad things.
Look at the fact that they have 6 pages of shit.
It's a lot of shit.
So, like, there's gonna be some duds.
Oh yeah? Well, you know the fucking counterpoint? Resident Evil 6.
I was gonna say the dark time is what I was gonna argue is the counterpoint.
The counterpoint is that we
there's
had
the
some
Capcom
bad
Dark
things.
Years. There's the Capcom Dark Years. Like, literally everything they put out was bad. Capcom 6 was during those dark years. Or Resident Evil 6 was during those dark years.
It was so dark that Alyssa's gonna throw herself off this cliff. I don't even know what I'm fucking doing. I might have to look up a guide just because this is taking fucking forever.
Yeah,
You know
this one was kind of wonky. I think I might have favorited the guide that I was using last time. God, the ghosts!
Yeah, it says it's locked, and that's a problem, because this is like the only door I can find. And then I can't go over here because it's like, you know, you just can't go over here for some reason.
Oh, weird.
Can I, like, crouch, get in?
What else came out in 2001?
Potatoes.
Nothing under S.
Nothing under S. Are you sure?
And not in the fall of 2001. So there's the summer of 2001 and stuff like that. There's stuff because like Super Puzzle Fighter 2 came out in July for the Dreamcast. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival was made for the Game Boy Advance.
And it was pretty bad, apparently. I mean, how much can a fighting game work on the Game Boy Advance?
I mean, it's a fighting game that was made on the Super Nintendo, so...
Really?
Like, well, yeah, because it's just a re-release of Street Fighter 2, Jeff. Street
Well,
Fighter 2... The
yeah, but
original
for
console
portable?
release... Yeah, well, the original console release for Street Fighter 2 was the Super Nintendo. And I think the Saturn. I don't remember which one technically. Like, they probably got it at the same time. I don't know.
Well, we could just discount the Saturn entirely because it's the Saturn. No one owned the Sega Saturn, period. Okay, I found an employee of the castle's memo.
Alright, T through Z, what came out in the fall of 2001? I don't even know this game. Okay, it wasn't developed by them. It was produced by them, okay. Because I was like, I don't even know this game.
That's because it was made of spiders and horribleness.
It's called Treballs. Like, not trouble, but like the word like it starts out like it's gonna be the word trouble, but instead of L-E, it becomes A-L-L-S. So it's Treballs.
Yeah, that's an odd one.
Oh, here we go. Here's a game that came out in December of 2002. That's interesting to note that it's a Capcom game. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past and Four Swords. For the Game Boy Advance.
No, I knew that already. They remade it.
Yeah, it's the Capcom that had a hand.
No, they made 2 or 3 Zelda games.
I did not know that.
I think I'm just gonna frame limit and go.
But that's partially because I do not like. I feel like you're gonna get yourself killed easier this way.
At least I got killed like really fast. I got
killed. Oh yeah, they also made Oracle of Ages, Oracle of the Seasons,
and the other one. Find the other one.
Minish Cap. They made like all the portable ones.
Shit, I got panicked. Shit. Wait, does it even come in here?
No, I don't think they do.
Seriously, this level is so huge, I'm just gonna do this. Because this level is just too fucking big.
Get all the arrows.
Get him at quadruple speed. This is the power of emulation, bitch. It can do this.
Wait, isn't there another arrow there you walked past?
Is there? I thought there was just 3 of them.
Oh no, it's just a shimmer off the top of the like pole of the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, I should probably undo the limiter because he shows up again. Maybe I can distract him by doing this. Wait, what? That wasn't fair.
Maybe you can't activate whatever that is when he's right next to you.
That's some bullshit.
Wait, how many Beautiful Joe games did they make?
3?
Because there's Double Trouble, Red Hot Rumble, and I didn't know of Red Hot Rumble. I knew about Double Trouble. And then I know the original one.
Oh my god, you're right. It's like fucking... Oh my god. I might as well just get myself killed again. God, I am so sick of this bullshit. Like, I had a fucking, like, death avoidance thing and I can't even get to it. Let's watch Alyssa run around like an idiot again. Also, let's get our fear down. Oh, I should probably finish up the reasons why I like X6 before moving on to something else.
Sounds good.
Is that what I was eventually gonna get back to with that game was that the virus starts appearing, and for some fucking reason, it starts showing up as like ghosts of Zero. Like Zero in like a spectral form will just start showing up in a couple levels. And I thought that was kind of cool, where they were like toiling with the fact that there might just be ghosts of Zero, and Zero's like influence is like creeping into the world somehow.
Come on, Alyssa.
Oh, I need to go refill my fucking water thing. So it kind of, the story did a couple of interesting things like that, like in a different level we have to like go somewhere else. Come on. Fine. Like in a level at the end of the game, we have to eventually find because of potato reasons, Zero is alive in some part of the stage where we have to go like take a portal to a completely different part of it. All I want is my water, dude.
I mean, part of the reason is because you're fast forwarding it.
Fine, we'll do the slow version. So yeah, it's a game that's taking place in like this post-apocalyptic world. Everyone's dying, and apparently Zero's at fault. Why the hell couldn't you fucking do that earlier, you fucking stupid? Look at what happened.
Come on, Alyssa.
It literally lasts for just 5 seconds, and then he's immediately on my ass again.
I do think the ghosts move too fast in this game. Because a lot of them move faster than you. And I think that's some garbage. It's like, how are you supposed to evade something that literally moves faster than you do?
I'm trying to remember what the ultimate villain was trying to do. I don't know if he was trying to, like... The problem was that Gate was...
Something Sigma virus.
Well, that's kind of the thing, is that Sigma obviously shows up, but he's not like, you know, the ultimate end-all of the plot. He's more like just an afterthought, so it's not as bullshit, because, like, at the end of the game, when Gate is killed, he's like, oh yeah, as my final backup plan in case I died, I resurrected Sigma. And I was like, fucking why would you do that? Why would you resurrect Sigma? It's like he just said he did it. He had no relation to Sigma. Why did the fucking hiding place disappear again? Like
Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's not a hiding place.
Well, it has to be. That's the fucking icon for hiding places. That's what it is. It has to be that.
I don't know, maybe you have to click the interact button somewhere else in relation to it.
Oh my god, how the fuck is this supposed to work? You might want to pull up that guide and pull up this section specifically, because I'm getting kind of tired of this.
I think I saved it, but let me check. Was it on my phone? I think I saved it on my phone. A lot of times I'll save shit on my phone.
No, it's literally the fucking proximity thing. Never mind. It's fucking proximity to the ghost. Wait, what? That's how we get rid of him, an accident?
At least for now.
Damn ghost. Okay. How the fuck am I supposed to find this guy's head? I don't have his head. So, how long do you think he's gonna leave me alone? 5 seconds? 10 seconds?
Yes, I do not know.
I kind of want to say that literally the thing that redeemed X6 for me was kind of the credits song. That's kind of what I wanted to say at the end of all this, is that I have a pretty bad track record with like anime anime intro music, just like kind of like Japanese singing in general. Like I usually like at best tolerate it, and at worst hate most anime intros.
Gotcha.
Which is, I know it's kind of a shame, but I just do. It's just like, it's just usually bad.
Each
But-
their own.
But goddamn, like, idea for Mega Man was just, like, a lot better than it kind of had any right to be. I mean, at least at the, I think it's one of the few Mega Man games that Mega Man's also the one who gets to use a sword, because at the end of X5, that was the one thing he got to keep from Zero, was that he was bequeathed Zero's sword. So that was kind of cool. Some of the ending armors were really interesting, like, the Shadow armor for Mega Man, where he became a ninja, and he was all swords. It's pretty interesting. Plus, you know, just a nice vacation from Capcom's usual difficulty nonsense, where their final bosses can be real pains in the ass, and they always have like multiple forms and shit. But this one, I mean, if you just go in with the Shadow armor, you can kill Final Sigma in like 20 seconds. It's actually kind of nice to have a bit of a break. Oh, I needed to flag the fucking puzzle. I did want to talk a little bit about Legends 2 because I was super hyped for that game.
Mm-hmm.
Slice and dice.
Oh, fuck you.
Slice and dice.
Damn it, I need things.
Slice and dice.
But all I wanted to do was read. Wait, can I shove her in an oven?
There you are.
Apparently.
Eat oven!
Slice and dice.
How could she feel pain? She's dead. Or a ghost. Which is what dead means.
I don't think that note's grabbable. Oh. Wow.
Oh, really, Note? Who wrote that, Alia? In
What
her-
was it? Yeah, you can use the thing to kill her? Is that what it was?
No, it said, hey, if you want the thing in the fire, turn off the fire. It's like,
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha. I didn't realize there was a thing in the fire.
It was like some, like, A icon with an A on it. God damn it, fucking Alyssa, calm down.
I know, right? The bar takes forever.
No, I meant that I can hear her heartbeat.
That's because of the panic bar.
Just the castle. It could be anybody's castle. It could be your dad's castle. So, yeah, I don't know if I talked about it too much, but I did have high hopes for the sequel to Legends, because Legends itself was such a brilliant little RPG. N, loving mother, suffers in place of daughter A. Mom N, daughter A. It was like, it was really goofy and childish, and the dungeoneering was kind of bad, but just a lot of cutscenes. It had really high production value. Like, they bothered to like do mouth animation for talking, which was really phenomenal, because I don't even think like Metal Gear Solid did that.
Around the blasted continent until my shoes are all
I walked around all of Australia. Why couldn't I find it?
Where is the castle of
What the fuck, dude? You did not walk all around
The
Europe.
mystery of the triangular crest can be solved. I feel
Found where
sure
we are in the walkthrough.
it is hard to believe that 3 years have flown by since I embarked on my journey.
It took me a whole 3 years to walk around all of Europe,
Castle. Meanwhile, I
said
rode
man
every day.
who was
My health
reasonable.
continues to decline.
Out of
I'm
curiosity,
certain
how...
that Nancy has by this time found my journals and realized my plan to seize Alyssa's heart on her 15th birthday to carry out the ritual of engagement.
And I'm gonna write this out for her so that she knows that I know that she knows, and that means that she's gonna have to kill me!
With her to be
Or, you know, report me to the police.
Yet, I do not have the courage to perform the ritual. What do I do? If I do nothing, I am no better than her father. This Hamilton, at least, should have spine.
To kill my daughter! It's like, what the fuck, dude?
We're getting close. Assuming we are where we are, there's only
A couple of fuck off!
only 3 paragraphs. There's only 3 paragraphs.
I'll hide in the
exactly
corner.
what to do.
Ow.
And to put it in perspective, this whole chapter is like several pages in this one.
Damn it, Alyssa, pick up the thing.
You can't pick up things while you're panicking.
Whoops, I hit the wrong button.
How far back are we?
I think we're back to the cliff falling down,
Okay.
which I don't think is too far back. I'm just gonna have to try and bullshit my way to stunning this guy. And probably stunning him again because I need to fucking keep him still. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I saw the scene already. Let's continue. I need to flag the puzzle, go back to that steel bar thing. And then I think I need to find this guy's stupid head.
I mean, you don't have to. I think all of these are optional items.
No, because I tried to go to the bar earlier and she was like, hey, I don't know what the hell to do with this. And it's like that note says that apparently someone who worked there was like, oh, I can move this like loose steel bar, and it's like apparently we have to flag the puzzle to make it
Yeah,
work.
but you have to read that notebook, right? You don't need to find his head.
Wait, we don't?
I mean, I don't know. Because what tells you that you can move the bar? It's the note that you just read, correct?
Yeah, but there's a ghost around that guy.
Yeah, but you don't have to get rid of all these ghosts. In
Oh, we
fact,
don't?
we failed to get rid of one of the ghosts in a previous chapter because we still have an item from a previous chapter on a ghost's item. We have that pennant in our thing, and it's literally a ghost item that we didn't use. A lot of the ghosts, when you save them, it gives you some sort of consumable.
Okay, now we can do the oven thing to get rid of her for 5 seconds.
There you are.
Frame limiter again. And then I think we just go down the hallway and we're basically back where we started.
Kind of, yeah. So we're on,
We're on Legends 2.
the other side of this hall takes you to a dining room. Slide the candle on the table back to its original place. Now you can insert the A crest inside one of the slots in the
Yeah, but I
puzzle.
can't get... Do I have to fucking throw water? Fine, I'll go throw water at it. I'll just need to refill my water first.
What?
Because...
That was the fire?
Because if you're like, we need the sigil now, then obviously we can get it somehow.
Oh, let me take a look.
Where's-
Use the ash in the corner of the kitchen, apparently.
Wait, what?
There's ash in the corner of the kitchen we can use.
Oh, that must have been the shovel. I seriously need to find that water bucket though because I'm out of water. Oh, it was in this room.
Slice and dice.
God damn it.
If it makes you feel any better, the guide says she's the easiest boss in the game.
That will make me feel better. Maybe because her AI is really, really stupid.
She's apparently a little difficult to pin down, but she has the lowest health out of all the bosses in the game.
Well, use it then. How do I use it?
Let me see. A cutscene shows spanning everyone. Find Dick's notes. Okay, I'm past that part.
Do I have to like flag the puzzle again?
Then run up the stairs and quickly get to the...
Oh yeah, I had to flag the puzzle. What is with this game and flagging its fucking puzzles? Just have us do things. Anyway, A crest.
Give it a second, because that attack reaches behind. Oh, never mind. I was like, that attack reaches behind her, but apparently you're fine.
Don't worry, I'll
Okay. Okay, the other side of this dining hall. Slide the candle on the table back to its original position. It looks like you already did.
I didn't.
Oh. There's a candle on the table in that room. In the dining room. The room
This
you
would
just
be a
left.
lot easier if I wasn't being chased all the time. Maybe that's why the game is small and the puzzles are kind of shitty, is because you're constantly being chased during it.
I don't know where you're going.
Well, I didn't see a candle.
On the table. I saw it.
Well, I found a ghost, how about that? Also, she left me alone. What's
So
over
she doesn't
here?
come into this room.
Done to do some exploring.
What, a sneak way back into the room you were in?
No, it's just another crest.
Okay, well, let's go back to make sure we don't miss something.
I don't feel bad about using the frame limiter all the time because this level is very fucking slow.
And it is.
So where is this fucking candle you've been talking about?
It's not in this room, it's in the dining room.
Wait, it's in the
Alright.
dining room.
Yes, because I said the other hall takes you to a dining room. Is how I started the thing about moving the candle.
But I thought that was the dining room. We came from here. We came from the safe room there.
So, yeah, this is the dining room. You're in the dining room. Now go to the table.
Wait,
see
this?
that candle? See how there's marks showing that can get moved?
Oh my god. Fine. That's... I mean, it's not dumb, but come on.
You're breaking up.
Never mind. I was just complaining that it was kind of dumb.
Yeah, slide the candle back to its original position. Now insert the A crest inside one of the slots in the pedestal.
Yeah, I get it. There are two pedestals. I got two crests. I got the puzzle. This game is not hard to figure out. Especially since they're explicitly labeled. And then this is gonna open up the portrait, and then, I don't know, we're gonna get closer to the boss fight.
A door will appear, so head through there after going through there a few halls. After going through a few halls, you'll get to a large room. Walk over to the portrait of Lord Burroughs on the wall.
Okay, so this level wasn't as hard as I thought it was. It was literally just go to this one room, go to the other wing, go through 3 other rooms, pick up 2 items, and then that's kind of it. Okay, apparently Alyssa's never heard of an Iron Maiden.
My thought is maybe there's a... Oh no, there's one on each side of the room, so it's just decorative. Okay, this is probably the room with the portrait then.
Apparently several halls to
Walk
this...
over to the portrait of Lord Burroughs on the wall.
No, I want to sit in this chair first! I want to sit in the beautiful chair that was made for me. What the fuck?
D-crest.
Why is his picture exploding?
That must be the portrait.
Also, why is he Napoleon?
Hey, there'll also be another Dick's Notes.
Dick's notes? Oh yeah, Philip. Philip, our dad. And also, the dad crest. Okay, so the DNA refers to this family, apparently.
Gotcha.
He's the one who developed the ritual of engagement, and then he did it, and then something happened. Oh, specifically one day before she turned 15, she was murdered by a carriage. And then because he wasn't able to kill his daughter, he got very sad.
We stumbled upon the backstory of the bosses yet.
I mean, this might be them. I don't know.
I don't think-
Actually, I don't know what the bosses have to do with anything. Because they just
Well,
kind of showed up, pretended to
there's-
be Dennis's sister, and then disappeared.
There's always something that we find that
Though we had both the... Oh, that's kind of a dickish move. He had the two servants that were with Annabelle when she died also killed.
that probably are murderers.
And then he killed the rest of his staff, and then he killed the villagers that lived around him.
No, never mind. Because whoever these scissor people
Oh,
are.
and he also killed his wife.
Okay, so you just kill the shit ton of people.
And then somehow he got stuck in the clock tower and died. He failed Castlevania so hard that he got murdered by his own incompetence. What an awful fucking villain. It's like this guy was the most evil man that ever existed.
I have found the Burrows
Yeah, there's
castle.
the Dick's notes right here.
I have finally solved the mystery. Lord Darcy Burrows had a daughter, Annabelle, but also a son, William, from his first marriage.
So he was a
Though
bastard.
Burrows himself was killed, William escaped and lived out the rest of his days in peace under the pseudonym Billy Brown. Billy Brown. What a strange twist of fate. Although I took the Hamilton name when I married Francesca, my father was a Brown, a descendant of Billy Brown.
Because there are no other Brown families that ever existed.
Related to
You're right. It's not like it's a common name.
the A.D.
Also,
My name is Dick.
Lord
Great
Burroughs'
job.
beloved daughter Annabelle's name, his first name, Darcy, and his wife's first
Just
name,
because you
Nancy.
fucking name your daughter that does not make it a prophecy, Philip.
Nancy, and my lovely granddaughter is Alyssa.
Also, that's not your daughter. That's your granddaughter.
what, Nancy's? No, Nancy's his daughter.
Lord Burroughs
Like,
loved.
we're Alyssa. We're the granddaughter. It said that.
He who failed to become an entity.
This is not a prophecy. This is a giant coincidence that you made. Philip. Philip.
Now, cutscene's gonna show us what to do next, I'm pretty sure it said.
It's gonna show us a torture movie? Oh, they're torturing Dennis. That's pretty fucked up. They put pinwheels on the blade. Just to make it even more screwed up.
Okay, it says, walk over to the screen and press the switch under it.
What?
It says walk over to the screen and press the switch under it.
Oh, it's a twinkling thing. I mean, I don't need the walkthrough at this point. That's not a door! That's like a door frame in the floor.
Hmm? No, it's another thing you put the seal on, like the...
Oh, okay. I was like, that's not a door. That's not how doors work.
No, it's gonna open a door.
Yeah, because a key...
Whatever that door is.
Because apparently a key was too drab for whoever owned this, Where's the other door, though? I thought that's how we came in.
No, we came in through the one that faces the desk, I thought. Oh, go through it if wherever we know we've been, then...
Yep.
Okay, we did. Okay, go back through it then.
I mean, the knights are alive. I'll take a look around, but if there's no other doors, then I guess I'll just go through that one. Well, I guess we're screwed. We're gonna have to dodge knights.
I like how the game claimed this is tricky.
Wait, the
I'll
game
give it-
claimed this?
Or not the game, the walkthrough claimed that these walking past those armors is tricky.
Because
They
I
did
just
not look tricky.
I just accidentally did it.
There you are.
Okay, so I got the D crest, but that let me out.
Yeah,
Should
I'm reading.
Should I just go? I guess I'll just go back to the main room and hope that something happens.
Go back to the room with the armors. Go back to the room with the armors.
Why is there something like the Iron Maiden?
Yeah.
Seriously?
It says their weapons move in certain integral patterns. Figure out the patterns, work a strategy to get through them without being hit. One hit and you're dead. There are some weird brown-looking things in this room. They're elevators. I don't know. I assume the brown-looking things are the Iron Maidens. Yeah, the Iron Maiden there's open.
Is it? Oh, it is. What the fuck?
Oh, there's a specific order it wants us to go through them all.
Nah, I'll just start picking up items.
I mean, that's fine.
I'm sure they're just like, hey, this is the optimal route. I'll be able to fucking figure it out. It's just this thing is just... This part is really dumb. Especially since apparently insta-kill axes?
Yeah, apparently. So I'd save.
Don't worry, I'm on top of it. Okay, so this door is open.
Yeah, the game says you want to unlock as many doors as you can during this part.
Well, yep. That's usually how doors work.
So the elevators are used to,
Get around.
but yeah, you can unlock all those doors by getting behind them with elevators. That must be the one we were just in.
Well, I'll take this one to get to the other one.
Sure. Oh, you have to unlock all the ones you can because apparently there's a...
No, I'm not.
A sigil stone or whatever.
I'm not losing a fucking sigil stone over that bullshit. That's dumb.
Gotcha.
Especially since I have, like, one of them. And that's it.
Gotcha. So apparently the reason why we want to unlock as many doors as possible is which we have to pull eventually, and then this is going to be our way out. And so we need to have all the doors open. So it must be that switch.
Don't pull it. Go find door. Fine, I'll just do it, okay?
I mean, if you want to just pull it, that's fine.
I don't...
Because my guess is we just move it back up if we get ourselves locked.
Well, we did all the doors, so I don't think there's anything else we can do.
Yeah, okay, then we're fine. Go, 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 go.
Plus, this game has been insanely linear. I don't think there's gonna be a lockout puzzle. This wasn't much of a puzzle to begin with. Okay. Well, now what? Should I use a lever and then, like, use a different elevator because of... What? Okay, I'll try and do it the way that I think it should be done, but if it is, this is kind of dumb. Because I'm gonna have to go back, hit the lever again, because I can't get to the lever.
It's just you have to be fast.
Wait, what do you mean fast?
Pull the switch on the wall and run straight through the openings fast. It's literally all it says on this guide.
I'll give it a shot. I don't know if I can be... Actually, I don't know if I can do it, because I need time to, like, unlock the door.
Well...
Because
there's
the door in the middle I can't get to otherwise.
I'm gonna say maybe once you have that door unlocked, then you just have to do it again.
Maybe.
Or just move fast.
Or, yeah, just do it. I must have stopped for some reason the first time. We still haven't found the item that guy's head was.
As I said, I'm pretty sure it's an optional thing. Or maybe there just isn't one, I don't know.
These guys really like being murder clowns. Okay. So what, he was made of, wax?
It wasn't a real him.
Welcome, Alyssa. That was just a dress rehearsal. Now let the
For some fucking reason. How do you even know what a camera is? You're from the 17th century. Why did they make a real-life wax clone of him just to fuck with Alyssa?
Alyssa, give us your beating heart, or else Dennis is going to be sliced and diced.
Well, just once. That's good enough for me.
Run for your life! Run!
Dennis!
But I need to save you using the power of Zelda.
Dennis will donate your heart to us. The clock is ticking. Look at him. We need an answer.
Yes, what's it to be?
What?
I don't know.
So Alyssa's dead.
Yes.
Alyssa's just turbo dead.
I mean, we don't know how far of a fall that was.
That was
Might not
pretty
be that
far. On top, it was a fall onto rocks.
Anyway, I guess you just grab that book there.
Why is there a book in a dungeon? Ralph and Jemima, who are, the siblings who served under Lord Burroughs. He picked them up from a battlefield, or that they were brought over from China. They were horrendously cruel, and they were Burroughs' torturer and executioner. They liked blades and scissors.
Particularly scissors, they found the endless enjoyment in gutting and dismembering victims while alive. Gorvers was finally killed. Ralph and Nick were stoned to death by the crowds because both were possessed by the same entity. They were resurrected together and continued to rehab then.
So why is this room all special?
It's our grandfather's room. We were in it earlier in the game, I think. The guide says it should look familiar, so I'm pretty sure we were here earlier in the game.
I mean, it does look like a room from our mansion. I'll figure it out. There's something with a prompt on here that I need to use. Maybe I can shove this?
Nope.
I would be kind of annoyed if the answer is just leave the room.
Nope, it's not that either.
Oh, is it get under the desk?
Not to my knowledge. It's something that I think you just fail to have noticed every single time when you've walked past it like 2 or 3 times.
Is it the crooked picture?
Nope. It's the box in the upper left corner.
Why, is there another box?
No. Okay, so you've walked past it like 6 times now. Not. It's in the corner of the room, upper left corner. That's lower left.
This
See
thing?
that box? Yeah. Apparently, there's something over here.
I found a drawing?
Must be.
Sure. Picking up that picture, activated by bookshelf door.
Apparently.
Capcom did. It's a weird Alyssa shrine.
Of all your childhood pictures. I mean, that's not that weird because he's your grandfather. Grandfathers, grandparents would keep things like that.
Apparently, we really love the Little Red Riding Hood. Because there was like 3 pictures on that wall that were like exactly the same from that story. This chapter's being kind of long, considering this
Don't
game.
worry, we're really close to the end.
Listen, got blinded by a movie.
Yeah, we're back in the room with the projector from earlier.
Well, that was a big nothing. All that work, and we got nothing out of it.
Grandpa!
Oh my god, my grandpa got turned into a movie. And also became Spanish. I will now worship you, exploding painting.
My ancestor, hear me. I know of your pain and anger when you lost your beloved daughter Annabelle. Just before the ritual of engagement, my love for Alyssa led me to kill her father, Philip. Entity, was everything you're doing? Is it all because of you?
Is it because of my powerful theater acting?
400 years to unite us and to enact the ritual of engagement with Alyssa's blood? Is that what you want? Do you truly want me to stab my dearest granddaughter in the chest? Well, that doesn't sound bad. Once the deed is done, I will be with Alyssa forever. Return to this earth, Lord Burroughs. Join with me, and we will complete the ritual of engagement. Enter my body, and let our flesh be fused.
I got dressed up in a tie for this! And now my face is melting! What?
He's fusing with Lord Barrows, I guess.
Oh, is he becoming Mask Face?
Probably.
That would explain why it looks so fucked up. Aw, shit, he died. He got turned into a Bubba Goop.
So my guess is the last boss of the game is gonna be Lord Barrows.
Yeah, or whatever that thing he turned into was. Okay, we'll go into the movie to stop him.
The one who's after your heart is none other than your grandfather, with the blessing of our own Lord Burroughs.
Once we have your
If
heart,
you, haven't figured that out.
carry out the ritual of engagement.
Here's the villains telling you exactly what's happening.
Yeah, well, we've heard this plan like 2 or 3 times at this point.
Now, here, Alyssa, you wouldn't sacrifice the life of a friend just to save yourself, now would you?
Chop, 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 on flesh and every bone.
Why are you not dead yet? You've been on that table for a long time.
I mean, he was actually underneath the table. So
Okay.
here's the annoying bit, according to the walkthrough. We have to literally just go back to where they are.
Oh, God.
So you have to go back to the room with the axes, back down the elevator, pull the switch, run through the timed thing again, and then go through that door, and then that's what we have to do next. So I don't remember which,
It was the 4th one. Don't worry, I know how the room looks. And apparently we can't just get it done in one shot, so it doesn't matter. Remember that thing you did before? Well, do it again!
Yeah, literally all this puzzle is. It's like, hey, remember the puzzle you just did? Do it again now that you watched a cutscene.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna make that one. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Now, what's unclear according to the walkthrough is whether you fight the bosses at the same time or it's 2 back-to-back fights.
Well, we'll figure it out pretty quick. I don't think we made that one.
Nope.
Oh, come on, I made that one.
I think your save is just a little too late.
No, I made it.
Oh.
Just I had to keep the control stick put in the right position. Hey, bitch face, I'm back.
I really hope this isn't. Okay, she's the only one here, so I'm assuming it's a
Wait.
one. I think it's only one boss at a time.
Well, I kind of had a figure in that would be the case, because I don't know how they would do the combat if it was
This
too...
game would not work if you had to fight both at the same time.
Well, that hasn't stopped video games in the past from doing shit like that.
Exactly, which is why I was scared.
Games! Yeah, we get it. Okay, we get the magical thing. Just Scissor Woman, huh? Wait, why is this one just 22 victims?
Yeah, because it's 2 boss fights, so the HP bars are really small on them.
That would explain a lot.
'Cause
Melissa, want to turn around?
Most of them only have like a few victims. Anyway, she has a teleporting ability, which apparently makes her a little hard to hit, but other than that, she's a cakewalk.
Well, I got hurt by her because apparently Melissa doesn't like to lock on to her. Oh, she's about...
Literally right next to you.
I don't get it. Yeah, I see what the walkthrough was in on about.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to get a fully charged one off on her. Maybe this attack. You don't get
Yeah, if Melissa would fucking point correctly. Seriously, Melissa doesn't know how to fucking lock on to this bitch. Yeah, I think we're looking at a failure.
I don't know if we share health bars between fights either. I assume we do. I assume that's why they're weaker. The other guy's apparently more difficult because he has ranged attacks, but also he's apparently really easy to tether. And my opinion says if he's easy to tether...
Well, there's no point in them being easy to tether if I can't fucking lock onto them, which was literally the only thing saving every other fight in the game.
Not her. I'm referring to the guy you fight after her. There's nothing in the walkthrough about tethering her. Because of her teleportation, it doesn't sound like tethering her is that, you know, an option. It's the other guy. The other guy doesn't teleport. She's the only one that teleports.
Slice and dice.
And yeah, I have no idea about the lock-on, because it didn't say anything about the lock-on, I don't think.
I'm amazed I hit that, but then again, the fucking hitbox in this game have been fucked up from the start. You did it because you're cheating. Oh my god, you fucking hitboxes. Can you fucking go in my favor, like, at least a couple times? I'm genuinely ticked off because the hitboxes are so fucked up in this game I can barely get a fucking good hit on. And I need to waste like fucking 15 seconds aiming it, like, powering up a shot anyway.
To be honest, this boss might be just pop her when she gets close, run away from the tornado attack. You get hit by the tornado attack.
Tank controls, no lock on, terrible hitboxes. Yeah, this is a recipe for a disaster.
I don't know. I definitely see how she's easy if you just pop her when she walks up to you and don't worry about,
Yeah, if you like do like the opposite of every other boss fight in the game, where it's like doing tiny shitty attacks is literally your only option.
but she does seem pretty easy to evade, all things considered.
Yeah, it's easy evasion, but that's not the problem.
No, I get that locking onto her is the problem.
Oh, I can't even do anything because of this.
Yeah, you didn't notice that that happened earlier.
No, that was kind of the least thing I was looking at.
Oh, gotcha. Where is she?
Yeah, that's the other thing that's fucking me up about this is like her like teleportation delay. Oh, fuck you. So bad. I can't believe she has the option to just do that, or she could just stop. Oh, fuck off! You only did that because I literally right next to me. Let's see if you can hit this. Even the fully charged up one doesn't hit. I guess I deserve that one.
I mean, now, potentially if the health bars carry over, we'll have more health for the next guy.
Yeah.
Now we know the trick to her. Just pop her quick. Her health, that's probably partially why her health bar is probably super small.
Yeah, because they completely crowbarred, broke all the mechanics of their system.
I don't know how the not locking on thing is not happening, though. Because, like, I feel like if the game automatically locks on when you go into that arrow mode, and for her it doesn't, I feel like that's something someone would write in a guide, and the guide doesn't mention anything about that. So, like, I don't know if that's
it's
an
not
emulator
doing it.
thing, or I don't know how things work.
I guess I could try holding on to other buttons.
No, you already did, like, a tenth of her health.
I'm amazed I hit. Why did you have to have a... What are these things called? The something horses? The torture horses? This does remind me of the one thing I did want to talk about with Legends 2, which was the final the boss fight.
Gotcha.
Because, like we were talking earlier about X6, I'm used to fucking Capcom having like bullshit final battles, of where it's just like, you know, they want it to be like a really big challenge to really wrap up their game, which I think is what they're usually going for. It's like, we'll make something like it's like kind of hard, and then people will really have to try to defeat. And then, you know, that'll make it all satisfying and have it be a good finale. And Legends 2 just takes that way too far, because legitimately, it's a Mega Man game with a Kingdom Hearts level final battle. Like, it's so ridiculous that I think I was actually, like, save stating every other hit. Or every other, like, avoiding of a hit, just because it was, like, so insanely damaging that... And it's one of those things where it's like insanely high damage and also tons of health at the same time. So there's no really good options, but then I accidentally did that usual thing where I lost my save state, and I was like, I would have to run through like a little bit of the dungeon, and then I would have to totally redo the final boss, so it was like, yeah, it's not really worth it, so I just watched the final cutscene on YouTube. And as we all know, Legends 3 never happened because I guess Capcom just kind of gave up on the idea. But it did kind of end on the perfect note where Legends 1 introduced like this weird space society plot point. They kind of resolved it in Legends 2. Not in a really cool way, but they kind of resolved what they were doing with it. And what the threat was. I forgot where I was going with this. I was talking about the final battle, and then the spaces. Oh yeah, the ending. The game ends with for some reason, Mega Man Volnut and Mega Man Trigger are also the same character. Because that Mega Man came from the Space Society, so he got amnesia, and that's why he has two different names.
Gotcha.
It's because he was called different things. So how the trilogy ended was that the final dungeon is like you go up into a space colony or an orbiting colony. In order to fight the final space colony person.
Turn around and shoot her.
No, I'm describing the thing.
Okay.
Because I want to get to it because it's kind of perfect for Legends to end on. So Mega Man goes up to the space colony, defeats the final battle, and saves the Earth from the threat. And for some reason at the end, he kind of reconciles with one of the characters who kind of knew what was going on but didn't tell anybody, and just helped out the Mega Man crew by the end. And then they just decide, hey, Mega Man can't get down from the space colony. So what they end up doing is, for the last 20 years, Roll and Tron have been working together to make an infinite amount of rockets to try and get onto the space colony and rescue Mega Man. And that's what they've been doing for the last 20 years while Legends 3 never happened.
Gotcha.
They keep building space rockets and none of them worked. Which was kind of like a mixed bag for me because I was like, oh, why the fuck did you leave your protagonist on the space colony? Why didn't you just let him come down?
They thought they were gonna be able to make us people.
And then I thought about it and I was like, you know what, that's kind of the perfect way to end it, because Legends started out as a silly game, and it just ended being silly. The other thing that was really silly was that at the end of Legends, the Bond family find this ridiculously big treasure. You know, one of the resonator crystals are like the most valuable thing in that society. They find like the biggest one, so they end up becoming rich at the end of the first game.
Gotcha.
When they come back in the second game, because obviously they were gonna come back, apparently in between games they sold the crystal, spent all the money building some sort of like chain of grocery stores, And because Teasel is a bad businessman, he ended up losing all the money.
They went broke.
So I was thinking, like, how bad of a businessman did you have to be to have, like, 12 different businesses, and all of them failed? I'm like, that's kind of a hard thing to do. I'm sure one of them should have been profitable.
I mean, not if you made really bad business choices that ran all of them to the ground.
So yeah, I had a lot of fun with Legends too. They kind of 50-50 did like a regular Legends plot where it's a silly adventure combined with expanding on this ancient society that's been you know, like, they kind of died and were hidden, kind of like that was really lucky. They're kind of like the Forerunners from Halo, where it's just like an ancient society with, you know, super good technology that just disappeared. Why is the cutscene all white?
I don't know.
Oh no, she turned into a party balloon. The worst fate for a clown.
How dare you kill my sister? You'll pay for it! I'll make mincemeat out of you!
So, to be honest, I think that's kind of the end of my Mega Man topic.
Gotcha.
Because I mean, I could mention, I don't really want to give it a review right now, but Extreme 2 is a garbage game. It's a really bad Game Boy Color port of like Mega Man X2. It's kind of like the Mega Man World games, but for Mega Man X, where they just brought back a bunch of old bosses, put it in a stupid plot to have it kind of make sense, and then, you know, it's portable, so it looks real cheesy.
Hey, we might have just won.
Nope, he has attacks. See, this guy has lock on. I can see what your guide was talking about. I don't have the time to get the tether out before he launches a ranged attack.
I mean, we're still eating him.
Ow! Fuck you, I dodged. I at least moved.
I think the attack chases.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured, but come on. Oh fuck, he dodged. And also he knows how to move forward. I'm gonna pop a save stay here just in case they don't put continues in between. Oh my god, go away. Do your blue thing so I can shoot you. Oh, that's your ranged attack he was talking about.
I think both attacks are the ranged attacks he was talking about. Specifically, I think it was actually the line on the ground he was talking about, because he talked about it being easy to tether him. I think when he goes to charge up the attack, his beast be tether.
I'm amazed I dodged that.
Oh, you took a hit, but you tethered, so...
Well, we got him.
We got him.
And that should kill him, considering he's at 50.
Yep.
Yeah, no, we're still making pretty good time. It's been about 3 hours. Maybe 4 hours. I actually don't know how much I'd want to say about it right now, but, last week I did tell you... Oh, wait, he's
Still
not
alive!
dead.
He's still alive! Just barely! Literally one arrow away from death.
Why is he crying like a baby? And also,
why is the cutscene white?
Maybe the emulator fucked up this time. I died, so I'm gonna kill you! because of potatoes.
The classic win in the fight, lose in the cutscene.
Yeah, but Dennis is gonna do something.
Yeah, Dennis is gonna kill him.
Oh, he's gonna do that. Yeah, this is even stupider than what Danganronpa does with its murders. And also this.
Ghost.
To be fair, Danganronpa characters never turned into ghosts.
No, they did not. Well, it's nice of them to take the swinging axe with them.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you.
No, thank you. It was you who saved me.
Because I did think it was kind of stupid that Dennis pulled the switch, and then he,
Something special.
instead of like, after the guy got hit by it, he didn't just put the switch back up to have the thing stopped, he just kept it moving and ran to Alyssa. Like, stop the thing from moving.
The subordinates. You think you're so clever, but you still have to destroy me.
Me and my stick.
Okay. Guess how many paragraphs are left to the game?
3.
Yes. There's only 3 paragraphs left in this guide for the game.
Oh crap, we ran out of game. Get to the ending!
Yeah, essentially we're just going straight to the final boss. As it sounds like very quickly here.
But you're not a ruder. I am.
Seriously, why is this cutscene all white?
Yeah, I don't know. As long as the gameplay part doesn't do that, I'll be fine, because we'll be able to see what we're doing.
You'll just have to rip out your eyeballs like that time we're gonna theoretically not play Metroid Prime.
My roommate just finished playing all the Metroid games again.
Wait, all of them?
Yep, literally every single one.
Did he?
Well, except he didn't finish Federation Force, he gave up on that one.
I would not blame him for that.
He played one bad one, and then the next one he played was Federation Force. He toughed it through the first one. He decided not to tough it through Federation Force because he was sick of just 2 bad games back to back.
Did he bother playing Hunters? Because that game was pretty bad.
Let me see. That might be the one he played before.
I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't like that bad.
I mean, you know, different people's opinion. Maybe he just absolutely hated it.
No, I could definitely see why someone would really hate it, but like in the grand scheme of things, I would probably say it's not like super bad. Like I would, Federation Force is worse. It's really boring. So, did Alyssa do good at gym class? Because I didn't. If I did that, I probably would just crash and die. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to use all these special arrows because there's only one battle left.
Okay, yeah, he played, I went back to check, he played Federation Force shortly after playing Prime Hunters.
That's a pretty bad 1-2 punch.
And he toughed it through Prime Hunters and decided not to tough it through, Federation Force after toughing it through Prime Hunters.
I don't blame him. I mean, I did, so I'm better than him, but still. I have more of a stomach for the bad games. Did I tell you that I fucking wasted 3 nights of my life trying to get Zelda's Adventure to work?
I think so.
And I did that.
Wow, there's a lot of just crawling.
Does Capcom know how to make good games? Yes, but not this one. I kinda wanted to say no, but we read like a whole list of games they made around this time, so I couldn't. You made me look like an asshole.
I don't think you go down that ladder. Grab the arrow. Alright, so this is where we blow all our special arrows, I guess.
Yeah, we got like 6 of them. So do I have to talk to the clock?
No, my guess is you have to crawl.
Oh, there's a ladder.
No, the ladder is there's rock going through the ladders. You can't climb down the ladder. It don't look like. My guess is that.
You think there's a ledge? Oh,
I
yeah,
think you can crawl under that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. And okay, there's a lever.
This is so fucking stupid. Why did you put so much crouching in this? This is the final level.
They're like, we didn't put enough crouching in the rest of the game. Better put it all at the end.
Why is there a door in the clock? God, the fucking clock tower from Resident Evil 3 was better than this, and we were only there in that game for 30 minutes. At least the helicopter exploded around that.
Oh man.
Well, that's not a spoiler.
No, I'm reading the boss fight for.
Is it Capcom? Is it Capcom typical? It's gonna have 3 phases.
2 phases.
Yeah, but it's always gotta be 2 phases if it isn't 3.
It says this is a long and tricky fight to be ready. When he tells you to go to hell, quickly run right or left. Whatever you do, don't get hit by the blue sphere he launches at you.
Okay, I'll just do a bunch of save states. This will be a 2-parter. Then we'll meet.
That's fucking funny. So you know the ultimate I automatically kill you attack?
What?
You know our attack where we like bind them a bunch, and then because we bind them a bunch, we get to do the big cutscene attack that does a shit ton of damage and basically makes us win?
Yeah, our 1 attack.
Yeah, he can do that to us.
Oh fuck.
Like, he has the same system that we do for some of his moves.
So where do I have to go?
If he finds us a number of times.
Isn't this how that guy in that journal died?
Probably.
The guy who
Apparently.
the guy who killed his entire town.
He says, not only do they bind you, but if you get hit 3 total times, Barrows will use his final attack on you, killing you. Even if you get binded, you can still duck to dodge the blue sphere. So remember that ducking can be used in combat for mechanical gain.
I'll give it a shot.
Only for binded. It sounds like that's like the only if we end up getting binded. Even if you get okay, after a few seconds, you'll be free to move around. Stay away from him. He has incredibly powerful close range attacks. The key is to be on the direct opposite side of him throughout the entire battle because he moves at a snail's pace. It's easy to stay away from him. He also has a technique that he will use if you get close to him where he'll pick you up and absorb your HP into his HP.
You know what's fucked about this, really? Is that this fucking game makes Devil May Cry look like it had a complicated story. Like, that's how bad this story is. This story is just Grandpa wanted to kill us to become immortal. And that's it.
Please, Grandpa, come to your senses and give me my mum back.
Says you should have a ton of specialty arrows. Use them all.
I'll figure it out. I'll have to D-pad. What, did you throw her down the hole? I turned her into a statue. Why did you turn her into a statue?
Nancy betrayed me more than once. She married that weak, lily-livered, good-for-nothing Philip.
And so I killed him. And thus, she still betrayed me, and I turned her into a statue. Even though I killed the person I didn't like.
There was no other way, Alyssa.
Damn you.
There was no other way. I couldn't talk to her. I don't know how to talk.
I know that I'm a ruder. I'll destroy you and save my mother.
Fool! Fool!
You can't defeat me while I'm in my demon form. Where I look like a 17th century dandy with a giant sword.
Announcing the arrival of your 15th birthday. Then the ritual of engagement will commence.
I'll put you on a box. An evil box.
Alyssa, time to lie down on the altar and prepare to surrender your heart to me.
So that I can look like this for the rest of my life. The rest of time. Why do we look like Icarus now?
Alyssa!
Oh.
Where are you, Alyssa? Alyssa!
We gotta go full, like, Artemis slash...
Oh god, you're right. That's so dumb.
Yeah, I guess it's just Artemis. It's literally all I can think of, because we got the...
He
low
also
powers.
killed our mom.
And... It's...
Oh shit, we needed that.
All hail entities of the earth. Burroughs and I will now carry out the ritual to become a new entity. Ghosts haunting the human realm. Subordinates dwelling in the shadows. Gather here to witness the glorious ritual of engagement. Yadohe,
I'd rather let the final boss look like Cervantes than have the final boss look like a card.
Oh shit, all the ghosts that we killed are gonna join forces to kill me. Yeah, why are we gonna get killed by the Pope?
Not a pope. He's not wearing a pope hat. He's dressed as a cardinal.
The time has come at last, my dearest Alyssa.
So how is Dennis gonna save us?
No idea. The guy doesn't mention what happens in any of the cutscenes. It just says what the new gameplay was. He's gonna toss us the thing we need.
Oh, and that magical bullshit will happen. It's like one of those newfangled car keys.
Yeah, the magical power freed us, I guess, and then we just left it together, and now we're like, alright.
Now we will access our super duper power. What the fuck does Dennis think he's
Well,
doing?
At least he's back in like a Cervantes.
Oh, and then he died.
I'd rather fight him looking like this than have him fight you looking like a cardinal. Like, this is a more
I don't know.
looking outfit.
I don't know. They're both equally goofy.
I mean, they're both goofy, yeah. So yeah, dodge the big blue attack.
This is what the fuck.
He's apparently super fucking slow, so
2,000 years, huh? And he's got the biggest health bar, making him God.
he has 2 health
Oh
bars.
shit. I keep.
Apparently, dodge it. You get hit with the third one, we oughta die.
This is the end!
Well,
Alright, we oughta died. Remember, we can duck them if he throws additional ones. You just have to be wary of melee. That's why I guess keep shooting him. So that we don't get hit with melee attack.
yeah, I think I'm kind of fucked over here. Okay, so lower shots does not work. I need to figure out where my fucking super arrow is.
Oh, you just shot one of them.
God, the fucking controls are really weird and laggy in this game. Wait, did he just walk over a pit?
Yeah. Oh, auto death. We're not even gonna watch what the auto death looks like.
Yeah, maybe next time. Because I'm sure there'll be a next time. I just kind of want to see how, like, strong I need to do it to get a fucking stun on him.
Stagger him?
Yeah, how much? How much do I have to do?
I think 3 recharges. Well, that one will never be done.
Yeah, but I cut it too. Ah, it should have got us.
Well, let's watch it this time.
Oh, we're gonna get killed by space.
Illuminati space.
Giant skeleton.
From space.
A giant sword?
A laser sword, I guess.
Did you really need to kill Alyssa that hard?
It's annoying that he does it like every 2 seconds, though, making this like kind of like tedious.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he's slow, if that's what he does.
As long as we just sidestep them.
Yeah, but you forgot about the hitboxes in this game.
I mean, ducking them seems fairly easy.
Yeah, if the fucking laggy controls don't fucking fuck me over.
That's the fireball behind him. I thought we tethered him.
No, we're not gonna have enough time to tether him. We have stunning, and that's kind of it.
Well, this is incredibly boring.
Well, it's the best I can fucking do.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware you can't do anything about it.
I could do more sidestepping, I could get probably some more opportunities. To get at least the higher damages. So you said this guy has 2 phases, huh?
Well, apparently. I assume the phase is when we get him to the second health bar. So, like, once we drop the first,
How did he get tethered?
he must have charged one enough. My guess is once we get the green health bar gone, that's when he goes to the second phase.
Ah, shit, I ran into it.
Good.
I missed.
Dang.
I fucked up. I double fucked up.
While we wait, I'm going to explain the...
I fell over. No! What are you gonna
I'm
explain?
While we go through that, I'm going to explain what happens in phase 2. Whatever you want to call
He
it.
turns into a giant skeleton.
No, it doesn't sound so much like a phase 2 other than like he gets a new attack. But like, I don't know.
Oh, he gets another attack besides the 2 attacks he has? What a brilliant idea.
Apparently. I mean, it sounds like he might have a couple different melee attacks. It's just like, we don't let him get... Yeah,
Oh shit, he has a 3rd attack! No!
This is the one that heals him. Wow, that healed him way too much.
Okay, so yeah, just pull out some, Okay,
Oh,
never
that's the
mind.
new attack. That's the new attack. So that's the one it talks about. Where he throws 3 of them.
Yeah, it's a
That was
temporary
only-
boost.
Well, that's the thing it talks about. It says after taking...
This is the end!
Shit.
And then the other attack is when he states that there is no escape, a red blob in the ground will attempt to suck you into the ground. Dodge the blob and move out of its range. Alright, well, I'm gonna go get a drink of water and
You
maybe
should
use
just,
the bathroom. You know,
doing many things.
do a bunch of things. Might write a book while we wait.
I would not blame you. This is the perfect time to work on your college that doesn't exist.
Oh, 2 feathers.
Yeah, but one of them's gonna be gone already.
I was gonna say, it might be worth trading a tether for a tether there.
If I could get one.
Well, yeah. Now I don't think it's worth it. I think when he had 2 and we had 0, that's when it was worth trading a tether for a tether. See, I think why this is annoying is because I think he does this. He does that attack in response to us pulling out the bow when he's at range. That one might have tethered.
Nope. It's his one range attack, and that's the problem. He has one thing he can do. Which wouldn't be so bad if he did have 1,000,000 health.
Right? It's just this really tedious battle.
Mostly because the duck is like an insta-dodge for his one attack. So why the fuck would I sidestep?
Yeah. My only thought is if it's easier to like tether him, like you get more time because you're not standing up from the side.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm too close. And his hitbox is way too huge for melee, and he can apparently do a down stab.
And then when you get up, he does the grab, and now he's gonna go into the mode where he has the 3 balls.
And he's gonna hit me again. I don't know if you didn't remember, there's lag on this fucking pull out the bow shit.
Yeah, there's startup frames to it.
At least he's having fun. Oh, I'm too close again.
I think you just run to the opposite side of the Save states are nice for this.
Well, this is the type of bullshit that save states was made for.
Super goddamn tedious 2-hour fucking boss fight.
Just many things. That was a tether.
Yep. I think I've memorized when you're gonna stun. If there's lightning on the end, like lightning bolt effects, you are gonna stun with it. How many tethers do you have right now?
Probably none.
You have 1. Oh, I mean on Alyssa, not on.
Oh, I had 2 last time I was checking. Now I have none.
We still gotta figure out how to shoot the specialty ones.
What?
Boop, boop.
Ah,
that
shit.
sucks. I don't know what this does.
Drains health, looks like.
And makes it so you can just walk up and beat your ass if you're tethered, so.
Shit.
And he's healing from that. I don't remember where he last save state, if it's gonna be the last save state.
Well, fuck it. I'll just start shooting him with this shit. Fuck that guy. If he wants to pull out some tech, I've got tech too.
I think those automatically tethered. So I think if we hit him with 3 of those, we get an instant super attack on him.
Also, his tethers are really short.
Yeah, the special arrows automatic. Oh, no.
Well, I couldn't have gotten out of this even if I wanted to.
I was gonna say, we might be dead now, because he might be running up to us now.
Not if I fall down!
Hey, you dodged him by running all the way to the edge of the tether.
Oh, come on! No, why? You can't get me if I fall down!
Nobody can walk up and melee you if you don't, like, arrow him away.
There's no escape.
You and your blob. You're not a boy anymore. You can't have a blob.
There's no escape.
Oh, come on, this blob thing. Holy shit. Ow.
Alright, now I'm actually gonna go get that water I was talking about.
Apparently I also need to hit the button. I need to hit the duck button and also save state in a better spot.
And apparently save state when you have 2 tethers.
I seriously need to fucking do this in a better spot.
There's no escape. There's no escape. There's no escape. Such a sweet girl. Such a sweet.
Ha! I finally gotcha.
There's no escape. There's no escape. There's no escape. Such a sweet.
I wonder if the dingus is gonna tell us to, go to hell or not.
There's no escape.
Oh, that's what he's been saying.
It's go to hell and no escape. Do we have 2 tethers on him?
Yeah, but now we got.
The red arrow automatically tethers. So we could have got our super attack.
Yeah, but then that happened.
Oh, I see you found a good save state though.
There's no escape.
thought he's been saying, like, go to Ha or something. Like, something in foreignese.
No, just go to hell.
No.
Got 2 tethers.
Shit. Oh, come on. That doesn't count.
I think he lost his first tether. Remember the red special arrow automatically gets the 3rd tether. Did they hit him again or? Oh my god, this red attack. He's got 3 tethers, give us the thing.
No, they all disappeared.
Ah, come on.
Well, except for that one. Apparently, like, this game can buffer some crouches, because if I hold it down, then I can just get it when it's available. I'm not sure if that's how buffering works.
Kind of. It might be more that you can cancel into it. You know, the game skips an animation and goes straight to the...
Oh, come on, I'm right on the edge.
We're getting close though. Oh shit, what's happening now? Is he in phase 2 now?
He did the same thing he did before.
I heard a new sound, but
Yeah, I saw the effect.
oh.
Whatever he's doing, I'm taking advantage of it.
Yeah, whatever he's doing is shit.
Does he just break his tethers?
Maybe.
Is that what the attack does?
My other thought is maybe it's an AoE around him, but
That's
we're
what
always
I-
on the opposite side.
Yeah, that's what
No,
I
it
was
doesn't
thinking
matter.
too. Oh, fuck you! So much.
That does so much damage too for just getting touched on the edge.
No. I'm just trading sides. Seems like this game could do some buffers if I understood how it worked. See, he went into phase 2, decided he didn't like it, and then just gave up entirely on it.
Maybe.
That's how dare you? Oh, how dare you shoot me with your fucking thing. Okay, that was dumb of me. I shouldn't have done that. Oh yeah, well, eat this. I might need to pop a save state. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Ready to give up now?
Oh yeah, I was running around you when you said that.
Ready to give up now?
No. Peter Pan's foil.
So Captain Hook.
Ready to give up now?
I would, but I fell over.
There's no escape.
Oh, why did you have to tether me so far away? This is unfair.
Ready to give up now?
I mean, at least his voice actor's having fun. I get to play Captain Hook. That's crazy. It's been my life's dream.
Ready to give up now?
Oh, we stopped him from doing it.
No, we
Nope,
didn't.
Still happened.
What's whiff punishing? We'll never know.
As long as he starts the voice line, that red puddle's showing up.
How dare you? There's no escape. There's no escape.
Ah, tag controls got me.
There's no escape. How dare you?
How dare this? And this! And this! And I ran out of
Save
bullets.
state right now.
But I ran out of all my bullets.
Yeah, but he's really low. And I think we're at an HP low. Move. Damn. That might be worth popping the save. Yeah, pop the save state.
Yeah, I think so too.
There's no escape.
Yeah, now it is.
How dare you? There's no escape.
Please do this attack more, please.
There's no escape.
Move. Yeah, this might be the spot to start saves coming super hard, like every little progress you make.
Ow.
There's no escape.
God, a double fuck you.
There's no escape.
Attacks might be set to a specific order? Or at least he's predictable, because that's the...
Ready to give up now? There's no escape.
Remember when Robotnik did the same bullshit?
There's no escape.
Save scum. Thank you.
This is the same thing that Eggman got ridiculed for multiple fucking times. Well, the AoE doesn't exist, so that's good.
Dare you? There's no escape.
I'm amazed I got away with that one. And also that one. Oh, let's just get him. We're done.
That should be it now.
Oh, he had invincibility.
Do we have to do a specific thing at the end of the boss fight?
Nope.
Okay, no.
Hey,
Cool.
we beat the game.
Jesus, that was way too fucking dumb of a
And also the
fight.
cutscene fucked up again.
Alright, we're both disarmed.
Well, we're just a 15-year-old girl, and he's 8 feet tall.
My dearest,
And also a ghost.
He's also two people. He's like a ghost on top of a dude.
What? What the fuck was that?
Photo of Grandpa.
be a good girl.
That was just a photo. Why did you do that? It looked goofy as hell. I thought that was like a real-life picture.
Don't you want to live happily with me for all eternity?
What the hell? They could animate some memories? I saved you! Also, my eyes are bugging out of my head! Wait, what?
Wants to take strength from me.
My mom who died.
Today is Alyssa's 10th birthday.
What's going on?
Become visible anytime. Ready to give up now?
I don't know.
She is everything. And I wish for nothing more than to...
What?
Don't tell me we have to go.
We have to go back a little bit.
Well, I was gonna say, my thought was whether or not we should have checked whether or not it was gonna start where it was gonna start us.
Oh, whatever. I'll just shoot him like another 3 times. Who cares?
There we go.
Well,
So now we
just-
have a save to come to the perfect side. My guess is we just have to dodge him for a bit?
I think so.
That might be it.
Because we don't have a weapon. Also, I can't go through this for some reason.
Whatever.
Alyssa.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it.
My dearest Alyssa, you always were a spirited child. But that's enough. Now be a good girl and grab my hand.
Just make sure you
Don't you want to live happily
freeze
for all
it
eternity?
before.
We got the text-to-speech to do this cutscene somehow.
Okay. Save
This is
state?
perfect.
Yeah.
I died.
Today is Alyssa's 10th birthday.
That was awful.
Today is Alyssa's 10th birthday. Ready to give Ruder powers will become visible any time now. There's no Alyssa is growing up into a lovely young lady.
You didn't even get close to me, you dumb shit.
I wish for nothing more than to
Oh, there's something over there.
Oh.
Okay, we just have to get to the other side of the battlefield, I guess.
That's the dumb thing. That's a dumb thing. I will use my mom's head somehow.
The necklace was on Mom? I don't know.
Apparently being Artemis wasn't good enough. So we needed mom's sword?
Not only do we have to be Artemis, we also have to become, Athena, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Also, we're gonna set ourselves on fire with our sword? Because we just rolled on top of our flaming sword?
I mean, I think it's like divine flame, so it only hurts evil.
Oh, we picked up the Master Sword for our mom's head. Well, I guess our grandfather's gonna join Dennis in the Shadow Realm. That's bullshit.
Apparently,
You just get your mom back. Why not? And now the clock tower is destroyed, forever ending the franchise. Because I think this might actually be the last clock tower game. Capcom destroyed the clock tower and the series. Which is fair enough. I mean, Clock Tower 2 was a pretty bad game.
These
Wait.
games were made during the era where Capcom had money and they were throwing it around like everywhere.
Oh yeah, Devil May Cry 3 was literally just, let's blow money on all of our stupid ideas. the silliest things we could come up
I mean,
with.
this
we'll,
is also
we'll spend
during-
all of the money.
This is also kind of during the same time period where like a new fighting game of like they had like 4 different fighting game franchises and like a new one was coming out like every 3 months.
Capcom had a lot of success with that Resident Evil and blew all of the money on destroying
This
fighting
might be
games.
shortly after that because this is what PlayStation 2 you said?
This is definitely PS2.
What did the Dreamcast compete with? PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2?
I think it might have been in between. I think it was more of a PlayStation thing.
Gotcha.
Because I think Sega might have been out of consoles by the 6th gen.
Because I think during the Dreamcast time is when they were pumping out all those fighting games, I think.
Did it, Mum?
I could definitely see why Retsupurae didn't tackle this game. I don't think it was funny enough for them to do.
Like they were making Vampire Savior and Darkstalkers and Vampire Savior, same franchise.
Well,
they're making.
we managed to beat the game in 2 shots. What
There we
did you
go.
think of Clock Tower 3? And Cozy
feel
Kubo's music.
I feel like it had an interesting idea that was horribly executed.
I think it needed more ideas. Because it doesn't seem like it had much of a story.
No, story-wise, I don't think that's the idea. I'm talking the gameplay ideas.
You mean the whole we'll go the kind of the Eternal Darkness thing where we'll travel back in time via flashback?
No, I mean more of like the light arrow combat concepts. Like I feel like there could have been a better way to do you fight Ghost with arrows of light and you only get the arrows of light at a specific time and the rest of the time it's survival horror. Like I feel like that concept I liked.
Well,
but I feel like it needed to be executed way better.
to be honest, since you bring that up, like the 2 halves of this game were like the fucking the quote unquote survival horror bit where we're constantly being assailed by ghosts trying to figure shit out, and then these boss fights.
Yeah,
and, it's like they wanted to do both things, but since they did both things, they didn't bother to spend the time developing both things, so just both of them suck. Because the puzzles are pretty bad, the levels are small, and the boss fights are just generally shit because of this holding mechanic that requires like 20 seconds to get your actual attack out.
Yeah, and the ghosts move too quickly.
Yeah.
They're too for a game where you're trying to escape them. It becomes less of a oh shit, they're on my ass, I'm scared, to being a oh fucking this bitch. Like I'm so goddamn annoyed.
Maybe that's why the game was so shit. It was outsourced to 8 different companies. I'm surprised Polygon Magic was still making video games by now. I thought they died during the PlayStation era.
Apparently not.
This game had 6 sub-directors. Why? Japan, what the fuck is your problem? Yeah, but like I was saying a minute ago, I can definitely see why Retsupurae didn't bother with this game. I don't think it's goofy enough to be a silly game. I think it's taking itself a bit too seriously for that. The villains aren't all that out there. There's not a lot of character to them, and then the levels are just kind of, you know, stock stuff that you'd see in other horror games.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a game that's kind of worth keeping to memory.
No. I was gonna say, as I said, basically the only thing in this game that struck me as like something I liked is the idea of like a survival horror game where you're some sort of priestess or you have some sort of priestessy power, and you can only activate it at key moments. So the rest of it is survival horror. Like that was the concept I found interesting. I feel like it was poorly executed because we're not really a priestess so much as we are a magical girl, and
yeah,
the gameplay is still really fucking bad.
I think this could have been saved if it had a more intricate story, like going into our past and maybe like maybe a bigger conspiracy other than just our grandfather. Because the entire story just revolves around him, and all he wants to do is gain immortality, and that's kind of it. And the survival horror bits are just not there to, you know, prop up a substandard story. Yeah, Capcom, I think you greenlit kind of a bummer game. This is one of your misfires.
I mean, that's as I said, throwing around money. They're probably doing cocaine in the office because of how all the other successes, and probably just were too high to figure out that they were greenlighting this.
I mean, I appreciate them, like, signing a check to Sunsoft and giving them another shot, but at the same time, this is a bad shot. I don't know if, like, I'm pretty sure I think Haunting Ground was the spiritual successor to this. I don't know if it was any good. But considering that nothing else was spun out of Haunting Ground, it might have just been another this. It was just kind of a good game.
Gotcha.
Except this game was just kind of bad.
Yeah.
So, I guess I will boot up my random decider and pick what is going to be next on my list here.
Alrighty.
And I think this time, whatever it ends up being is whatever I'll pick.
I was gonna say, what did it end up being last time that you're just like, nah?
That.
Oh yeah, 100,000. Suck a dick, anybody who doesn't get 100,000 in a game that clearly shows we can get well over 100,000 because there's 4 digits above.
I'm just trying to find a random deciding site. I probably should have fucking.
Anyway. Apparently, we unlock a game mode now that makes the game much harder. Quote from this guide, the killers will be much faster and much smarter.
And because it's a walkthrough, I played that too.
Also, I just gotta say,
no.
The killers move much faster?
Well, it's supposed...
Fucking garbage. That alone tells me, no, I'm never touching that. Like, they already move too fast. Is like one of my biggest takeaways from like the biggest problems that annoyed me in this game. Like, if I had to say the thing that annoyed me the most throughout our entire playthrough, it's how the killers were always on our ass. Like, we could not get them off of us. You can splash them with holy water, it doesn't fucking matter. They will be on your ass again within 3 seconds.
Well,
and if there's a difficulty that makes them faster, that's some bullshit.
Well, I think this is gonna be an interesting time. I'm gonna have to rig together some emulation stuff, and you're gonna be involved next time if I can get it running. I'm gonna roll again just in case I don't manage to get this work for a backup. And it just picked what I picked already again, so apparently it's just telling me, hey, go do this, like, really right now. I think it's gonna be a fun time. Well, I'm not gonna tell you.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you'll figure it out instantly because, like I said, you're gonna have to set it up before we start, so you're gonna know. So yeah, Clock Tower 3. Literally, the only reason I picked this was because Retsupurae mentioned that they were thinking about doing this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to save this same data, because fuck you, I don't want to think about this game anymore.
Yeah, we're done.
So, I don't know if you want to stick around and, do some more podcasting, because I had a couple... I think I only had one more... Well, technically one, technically two things that we could talk about. Was that I told... The other thing I had on my list was I told you last week that after... I think I'm gonna mute the game because I don't wanna have to. I'm trying to pull up the mixer. I'm hitting wrong buttons.
Gotcha.
Okay, I muted the game.
For me, I just have to stop watching the stream over Discord, and then I don't have to hear it.
Yeah, you're just gonna see our grandfather walking around the intro.
No, I'm not, because I'm not watching the stream anymore.
Well, fair enough.
So
So
I'm like,
last week I mentioned that I finished watching everything that I planned to in Star Trek. I have done all the Star Trek, and I have watched TOS. I watched TAS, which was the one-season cartoon that they made in the 70s, which was, for the 70s, pretty well done, to be honest. They got a real good team put together for the animated series. And I also watched all 10 Star Trek movies, I think, a couple weeks ago.
gotcha.
The reason why I watched TOS, I was never really interested in it, was because I wanted to prep myself for the movies. I kind of wanted to get invested in the characters so that I could get some more enjoyment out of the movies. And I could say that attempt almost completely backfired, because a bunch of the, emotional moments are kind of, I kind of want to say they're in the boring movies, I'll say that. The motion picture it had an interesting premise. Did you ever watch the Futurama episode where they were battling the satellite that censors porn?
Yep.
That's essentially the motion picture. It was parodying that movie, because the premise is that the threat is called V'ger. And it's this unknowable alien entity that is it goes around space, and it seems to be devouring everything that it runs into. I don't know, it kind of vaporizes it or just makes it not exist anymore, disintegrates it, and it's heading for Earth.
Gotcha.
So they send out Kirk and the team to go deal with it, and the problem with the movie is that it's kind of slow. It takes a long time to get anywhere. I think the first 20 minutes is just getting the Enterprise up and going, because they want to get some glory shots of the Enterprise on the big screen, because I don't know, because I think it's been a long time since TOS was canceled, and they kind of want to do it for the fans, show the nice shiny Enterprise. So it takes quite a while to get going. It's a very slow movie, but it has really interesting visuals. They have this 5-minute section where they just go into the V'ger cloud, which is this giant space cloud actually surrounding the entity itself, and it's really interesting to look at, and it's kind of creative. But eventually when they get in there, they realize that through investigation that V'ger is this entity that has gathered so much knowledge throughout its travels that it's become sentient, and they learn that the one thing that it can't understand, because it's still trying to understand things, it's still trying to learn, it can't learn emotion. And so it's just kind of without being able to learn emotion, it feels like something's missing, but it doesn't understand what it's missing, so it just keeps going. And what gets revealed is that apparently V'ger at some point went off in a completely different direction and encountered some sort of off-screen mechanical society that found V'ger and felt bad for it, because it was unable to finish its mission. So they ended up rebuilding V'ger using its own technology and sending it back to fulfill its own mission, because they felt some sort of kinship with V'ger. And then by the end of the movie, when they actually encounter what V'ger is, they find out that it's actually the Voyager 6 satellite that like I said, has been retrofitted by alien technology, and because it has gathered so much knowledge, it has become sentient as well. So it's starting to develop AI, because it has become so smart, and it's trying to learn emotion, but it can't. So, it's just kind of a slow burn movie. They end up fulfilling V'ger's programming by one of the crewmates sacrificing themselves to become one with V'ger and to give it the human capacity to understand humankind. And then it's able to disperse the information that is gathered and complete its programming.
Gotcha.
2, 3, and 4, I'm not going to talk on too much because what they tried to do was they tried to turn those movies into a trilogy where it was an overarching story. 2 is the major movie that everyone talks about because it gets a bit dark. It's a pretty intricate one-on-one fight for the entire movie because it's in... The premise is essentially an antagonist from TOS, from like the middle of season 2, comes back in the movie, is able to acquire a ship, and then just ends up going through like this big long fight where they manage to surreptitiously teleport the crew from the Enterprise onto the planet, and then they're able to get back on the ship, and then they're able to like analyze their ship because they're able to figure it out and targetly pinpoint it to completely disable it. And it's this really interesting back and forth, and the villain does some really dark things, like brainwashing a couple members of the crew and using them as what I'm trying to remember, like the code word agents that have to be activated.
Sleeper agent.
Yeah, they have to be used like that. And that's why everyone talks about Wrath of Khan and obviously the famous Khan line, which is, pretty good. But and then there's the thing where Spock sacrifices himself at the end to save the ship because Khan, in a last act of desperation, because they almost completely blow him up as they activate his doomsday device, which will destroy everything around the ship for quite a long time. Their warp engines are disabled, so basically Spock has to go into the heart of the warp core to get it working again so that they can warp out of there, because otherwise the ship isn't able to go fast enough to get out of the blast range and everyone's gonna die. And then they give a big funeral, which is kind of the problem which I talked about getting invested, was because I didn't get invested in any of the characters, so I wasn't able to get a lot of impact out of the moment when he died. It was a really good scene, it's just I didn't really feel anything for it. And then Search for Spock happens after that, which is that's an incredibly boring movie, where I think the only antagonist they have is a Klingon like scout ship that's like found the Enterprise while they're trying to go on the Genesis planet to find where Spock ended up. And then they end up finding Spock, and obviously he comes back to life. He's reborn because of space bullshit. They have to kind of reteach him how to be Spock because he's a completely new human. And it's just a very dumb movie. And then 4...
He comes back as a human?
No, he comes back as half... No, as what he was. He was half human, half Vulcan. He didn't come back as a human.
You said that, like, because he's a human again or something. I was like, what?
Yeah, that
just caught me off guard because I don't know much about
That was
Star Trek. I know Spock is a Vulcan. I know that.
Well, the reason why he's half Vulcan is that they wanted to give him, like, he has to battle internally against his emotional side. He wants to reject the emotions he has from being half human, and then he has some other things where he was like never fully accepted into Vulcan society because he had that human touch to him.
Gotcha.
So it gives him some conflict. But
Gotcha.
the 4 was kind of worse. It was a bad way to end the trilogy because honestly, moreover than not, I kind of classified it more as a comedy. Like, it's trying to be this silly ass movie where for most of the movie they go back in time to, like, I think it's like the 80s or the 90s, and they just interact with regular Earth as they try to accomplish their mission.
I've seen parts of this.
It's so
Do they end up in, like, San Francisco?
Yeah, they go to California.
Yes, I have seen bits of this.
It's so bad because they try to do, like, these silly bits where they're, like, it's typical fish out of water thing where they're trying to interact, but, they're trying to use, like, phrases and words that people don't really understand, and they can't help find the thing that they're looking for. because at one point Chekhov is just like on the street asking people, hey, where's the military weapons at? Where are the bombs? And he's just asking this to people who are just walking down like Main Street. Is like, and it's just like scenes like that. And then the major side character is this marine biologist who gets wrapped up in the plot for literally no logical reason, because she attaches herself to Kirk and Spock while they're fucking around, because Kirk and Spock are fucking with the museum she works at and like blatantly breaking their rules, and they look like Spock looks like a homeless man, and she thinks like they're insane weirdos, but she keeps tracking them down and wanting to talk to them. It's like, at that point I was like, why the fuck are you doing any of this? None of what you're doing makes any sense. Ultimately, it's just a bad comedy. The premise is that there's this cylinder coming to Earth, like blaring this weird note at the planet, that ends up like completely like fucking up everything. Like it raises the ocean levels, it causes all these massive storms, and like destroys the entire planet, and it won't stop making this noise. So it's about to destroy the entire planet just because it keeps going.
Hold on, isn't this a premise of another Futurama episode, or is it the same? There's something with a loud music note, a like sound coming from a thing.
It might be. But the way that they solve this problem, and the reason they go back in time, is that they investigate a little bit, and they find out that the noise that this thing is making is only understandable by a species of whale that is extinct in the present. So they end up they go on this plan to go back in the past to transport whales from the past to the present so that they can talk to the space entity and tell it to go home. And that's why it didn't really work. It's just like, it's trying to be this silly story, but it's not funny. And there's no big threat, because the only antagonist they come across is just trying to deal with the past people. Like Chekhov obviously gets captured by the military, and it's just like it's one of those elongated scenes where like the military is trying to interrogate like an alien, and they just like, it's one of those scenes where they're like, oh, we're gonna throw you in prison for the rest of your life, and these guys are like, oh no, we have to go fucking back home, we need to fucking get these people figured out. And it's that same sort of Roswell's alien scene that you've seen probably 10 other times. And I was just like, it's a fucking bad movie.
One deviled egg. Same devil egg. They pull it out of Zoidberg, and then he eats it like right off the table they set it on, and so they pull it out again.
I can't really think of much to talk about with... Oh, no, I do remember 5, because that's the fucking religious movie, where the Enterprise ends up getting kidnapped by a religious zealot who is trying to find God at some point in the universe. And his sermons, he has like some sort of alien influence, or his sermons are like so well done that he's able to brainwash like parts of the crew, so he's able to internally mutiny Kirk to go to this place. And that was an interesting premise. The problem was that the budget of that movie got fucked over, so they weren't able to do what they set out to do, and it's a bit rough in a couple of spots. A couple of the effect shots are not as well as what they should be. But I thought that could have been an interesting movie, because the problem with the Finding God sort of movies, that whatever you portray God as is never going to be as interesting as it needs to be. But the way that they present it is just like this glowing, translucent blue face guy, like this giant glowing blue face guy. And I looked at that and I was like, you know what, yeah, that's a pretty good God. It's pretty good. It's not terrible. So, I didn't think that movie was as bad as what people called it out to be. 6 is The Undiscovered Country, which was a bit better as well, because that was the movie where the Klingon Empire was falling apart. the Klingons are trying to negotiate for peace with the Federation because they were very aggressive towards them at every other point. But somehow, like, their ability to create ships and manufacture is completely fucked over because one of their major manufacturing planets was destroyed by a disaster. Just like a natural disaster destroyed their entire manufacturing complex on this planet. So they have to deal with, like, internal Klingon squabbles because a couple of Klingons are trying to assassinate the ambassadors who are trying to negotiate for peace. They're trying to completely fuck over the whole arrangement by showing that there's all this aggression and shit. So that got a bit more interesting because there was actually things happening. The problem with the more boring movies is that they were too slow. There's not much happening. So that was definitely a better change of pace. After that was Generations, which was the TNG TOS crossover, where we were able to get Kirk and Picard in the same movie. That was also pretty good. I'm probably not going to describe the last 3 movies just because... I mean, First Contact was kind of interesting because it played with the origins of the Federation, where they have to go back in time and prevent the Borg from fucking over the first contact point of humans and Vulcans, where this is the first time that humans are meeting Vulcans because some important guy in the past developed warp drive and got the Vulcans' attention, so they ended up getting the humans involved in galactic society and furthering society to become more peaceful and, you know, eliminate poverty, war, and all that niceness.
Mm.
The problem with the TNG movies is that I called the new Trek was just embarrassing, like it killed Star Trek. But honestly, the TNG movies were already showing Star Trek the door. It was already dying by the time that those movies were made, even before, like, the remake, the 2009 remake came out. Because they started increasing the action scenes, they started making Star Trek more action-y, they started including more gunfights and a bit more violence. And what made Star Trek was just, like, sitting down and doing interesting problem solving, like logicking things out, not making everything like aggressive. And wasn't supposed to be an action movie, but they started turning them into action movies.
Gotcha.
So I think that's kind of the big point that I want to say with the last 3. They were still good movies. It's just like I could definitely see the writing on the wall with these. It's just like they started changing the characters. They started making Picard more emotional. For some reason, they started increasing his relationship with Data and started making them, like, more friendly towards each other than really made sense in the show. Because in the show, like, Data was treated equally as every other crew member to Picard, but for some reason they started forcing them two together, which didn't make much sense. So, overall, I would probably say Star Trek has pretty good movies to go with. They're definitely what caused the tail end, the tailing off of Star Trek's quality. And New Trek killed it, obviously.
Gotcha. I was gonna say, I don't know if I'll ever get around to watching Star Trek.
But the other thing I wanted to mention, I won't mention much of it, is that I did take up my next TV show, which is Game of Thrones. I have watched up to episode 9 of season 1, so I'm barely in it.
I have watched the entirety of season 1, and that's it.
Season 1 is pretty good. I'm already pretty invested and pretty interested in where it's going. I think the big problem with me is that it has too many characters.
Well, don't get attached to any, so that might, in a way, fix itself. I don't know what all happens, I just know that it's a well-known thing about the show that don't get attached to any character, because every character is, like, potentially capable of dying.
Yeah, which is, what keeps you on your toes and keeps things interesting, is that it's not formulaic. It just does whatever it's gonna do.
Yeah.
But a consistent
Or
problem
when
I
it
was
gets really bad at the end.
a consistent problem I was having with watching it was that I would run into like scenes and there would be characters already doing things. It would just be another scene. I'm like, who the fuck are any of these people? And I would have to take like a couple of minutes being like, oh, that's that guy, and that means that's that other guy. And it's like there's just too many characters. And honestly, a bunch of them don't look distinct enough for me to remember what they really look like, which is why I got really confused.
I'm gonna say it's been like 3 years since I watched the first season. For the most part though, I think I eventually got all of them like pieced together. Like maybe I couldn't remember their actual name, but like upon seeing them I was like, okay, it's this guy.
I
Like
I did really like the crown death scene because it kind of reminded me of something that happened in Made in Abyss where it was something that was like so disgusting that I didn't see it coming, and it just kept grossing me out even more after I kept thinking about watching this guy's face melt and just instantly die.
I don't remember this part.
You didn't remember the gold melting scene?
Oh yeah.
That'd be a hard one to forget.
No, I think I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, where he's like, "I want my crown," and then he just gives it to him. He melts a bunch of gold and dumps it on his face.
Yeah, that's that Jason Momoa does that, right? The actor.
I think so. That'd be a good fit.
That's Aquaman, the guy who plays Aquaman.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Is it the character that's palling around with Khaleesi because it's like her husband or something?
Yeah, that's Drogo.
Yeah, so
but
that's Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa plays the guy she gets married to.
Yep,
or
and then Daenerys is probably gonna. I don't know what Daenerys is gonna do, to be honest, because I don't think she's gonna be around with the Dothraki for much longer. Now that Drogo is definitely dead.
Yeah, I know what happens at the end of the first season. With that, that's about all I can say.
Well, there's only one episode to go, so we could talk about that next week. And
Sounds good.
I think since we ran out of game, I ran out of topics. So if
I have a couple things.
Sure.
I'm gonna make the first one. That guide I was using, it was written in December of 2003, meaning it was written like a week after this game came out.
Damn, that guy was on the ball.
This game came out late in November of 2000. Oh no, was it? Yeah, 2003, I think. No, it was 2000. Wait, 2003, 2001. I don't remember. Did I say it came out in 2001 earlier when I was reading stuff, or did I say it came out in 2003 earlier? If it came out in 2003, this was very soon after the game came out. If it came out in, yeah, the game's copyrighted. No wait, this is.
No, this will tell us the copyright, and I think it is 2003.
Maybe.
I guess it would depend if it's because the Japanese version might have come out in 2002 or maybe early 2003. If you said it came out to America in late 2003, it probably was the same
but
year.
I don't remember if I was reading it online if it was 2001 or if it was 2003.
It's 2002.
2002. Okay.
So this guy was on the ball. He was ready for this. He wanted everyone to know, including the hard mode that literally no one played. Because this game is bad.
Yeah, the game that came out in 2001 that we were talking about was the Mega Man X6.
Oh yeah, because you were like
2001.
You told me
I was
that
like,
it was a
where was I getting...
Well,
anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, what's important is I want to read what he writes at the very end of the walkthrough, or the guide, which is a end review.
I love it when walkthroughs have reviews.
And he says, the Clock Tower series are great. Which it should be is great, but whatever. Even though I've only played the first one before.
Oh, come on.
I mean, there's only 3, so in a way, I guess he's played 2 out of 3. The
No,
second one
there's
was
actually
really hard to find where I live.
There's actually 4.
What, is there a Clock Tower 4?
No, there's not, but there's 4 of them.
So which one was the last one to come out? 3?
I think officially it was. I'm
Okay.
gonna have to check because the problem is that I'll just look at it.
Anyway, he says the second one was really hard to find where I live. I just love the style in gameplay. I feel that there should be more survival horror games out there. I mean, I'll agree with that statement, but albeit today there's a lot more because a lot of indie games.
Yep.
Sure, the Resident Evil and Silent Hill series are there, but that's not enough. By the way, if you need help with Silent Hill 3, ask me. If you have not played Silent Hill 3, what are you thinking? I sure hope that Clock Tower 3 isn't the last of the series.
Poor man.
I enjoyed it just as much, if not more, than the first one. The graphics are excellent, which I'll excuse that, because, like, at the time that this was written, these were probably, like, top-of-the-line graphics.
No, these are pretty good graphics.
And I think Capcom's entrance to the game really brought interesting gameplay. My favorite aspect of the game is the whole concept of killers stalking you. If that part wasn't there, I don't think there'd be any creepiness. I don't really think this game was all that creepy.
It's not. It's not.
But then again, I thought that there could be a lot more scariness. Okay, so at least he thinks.
Yeah, of course.
The killer's designs were relatively good, especially Corroder. He was the coolest looking in ranks of creepiness.
Yes.
But then you get to Chopper, Scissor Man, and Scissor Woman, and they don't look like true killers, let alone killers I'd fear.
What?
No. Out of 10, hold on now. Out of 10, I'd give the game a 9.
Oh my god.
That's the part I had to read, was the part that he gave it a 9 out of 10.
What? This game will struggle to get a 6.5.
I was gonna say, in my opinion, this game's a 4.
I think it at least breaks a 5.
Off the cuff feeling of this game, it's a 4 out of 10. I wouldn't call this a standard don't write home about it game, because I think there's enough bad elements that it, rather than be like, you know, okay, it's just par, which would be 5. Like, this isn't par, this is subpar. This is not all that great. There's some really problematic elements that make this game not fun, in my opinion. So I'm gonna give it a 4.
I am gonna disagree, and I'm gonna stick to a 6.
That's fine.
I think that this is a bit better than the middle of the pack. Even though it's got a bunch of bad ideas in it. They didn't make the game absolutely unplayable. If I had to deal with the save system, I probably would agree with you, because then I would be a lot more annoyed.
Well, I guess I'm taking into account the fact that, like, we were save scumming, and that's something that's not intended for the game.
Fair enough. Maybe I'll slide it down to a 5 for that, because if I had to constantly reload the game, I would be very, very irritated.
Yeah. So that's my thoughts on that. Other topics I had prepared. I talked about the games I played. I did that already.
I do love that walkthrough people write their own reviews, and they're always mystifying in how ridiculous they are.
Yeah, it was just a paragraph at the very bottom of the page. Now, given this was a GameFAQs forum,
I also love how the first half of his review had nothing to do with the game at all. He was just bullshitting.
It was just him talking about how he wants more survival horror.
Yeah,
like,
and then he's like, hey, Resident Evil and Silent Hill exist, and then he's like, and then I laugh, because I did check on it. Capcom did introduce themselves to the series, and then they immediately left. This is the last part of the series. The series got 4 games.
Yeah. What else did I have prepared?
Way to go, Capcom. They didn't believe
I have,
in
like,
the
6
concept.
prepared topics, because you're like, please make sure to prepare topics.
Yeah, because I didn't want to. I guess I didn't think we would not be. I thought we'd be podcasting a lot more, or maybe I just had more to talk about. But I didn't want it to be completely one-sided, because I had things to go.
One was Minnesota legalized edibles today.
Oh yeah, I did see something about that. And what did they straight do it, or it was like an accident and then they were gonna repeal it?
A Republican state, was it senator, or representative? I don't remember which, but one of the Republicans who voted for it didn't read it carefully, and
Oh
so
boy.
he's up in arms. No one else is, so it's very unlikely that it's gonna get appealed, because no one else is carried enough to do it, and he's gonna need more than himself to get it appealed, like
He's
pulled away.
he's gonna go
So,
have to whine to his party. I
but
made a mistake. We're gonna have to get this appealed, guys.
yeah, but so he thought he misread it.
He didn't
and
know what
realize
drugs
that
was.
well. There in the thing that it's part of. There's like a bunch of like relabeling stuff and like for the sale of like like stuff that was already legal, like CBD and stuff. And so there was like stuff that was making that like it was more like lines that need the rules that need to be followed for the selling of all this stuff was in there, and so a lot of them voted for that. But then yeah, in it we got edibles legalized in Minnesota, albeit they're only hemp based, which I don't know anything about this stuff really, but to my understanding it doesn't really make a difference. But the dosage from the packages you'll be able to buy in Minnesota are going to be half as strong. Like legally in Minnesota, they can't be anything more than that much strength, and it's half as strong as what the standard strength is in other states that have legalized stuff.
Yeah,
So,
that's kind of the backhanded part of living in Minnesota is that we are a liberal state, but we're like 3 steps behind the liberal part. Like, we're not gonna be at the front of the line, but we'll be like 5 people down the front of the line.
right, and part of that's because we have the large portion of the rural areas make our state stuff on the state level really hard to do, because our state we'll have state senates. I forget which, if the state house is currently dem led or if it's Republican. One's Republican right now, one's like democratically led right now between our state house and our state senate.
We do have a pretty strong red regional stuff in Minnesota. It's just the problem is that a lot of the seats are still in the blue part. So I don't think they have that much control, because like 40% of the entire state gets like shoved into one district. And then there's
Right.
like 3 districts like right in the cities.
Yeah, there's just some wonkiness with it that makes it so that on our state level, our state government ends up like kind of split half and half between the two parties. That makes it so certain things just can't get done.
I will
So like
I will
anytime the Democrats try to legalize recreational marijuana, it just gets immediately shut down by the the right side of our government.
well there are that
Because this guy misread something, we got one thing.
well on I mean that's going to be a losing battle over the next few years, because I do agree that the momentum on the whole drug legalization thing, it's gonna happen eventually. Like, it's already
Right.
going down there.
Yeah.
But then again, considering this is the summer of America burning itself down, maybe not.
We'll find out.
Do 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 do.
But yeah, so yeah, it's half as strong as other states, and it's not like like the marijuana plant you'd think of.
Yeah. It doesn't have the
and
good shit in it.
I mean, it still has the same chemical. Like, the thing that gets you high is THC, and that's in hemp. It's just there's a lot less of it in hemp, but these gummies are still going to have the same amount of THC in them as what is half a dose of what it is in other states. So you literally would just eat 2 of them, and you'd get just as high as if you ate one of them. In another state.
And that's
So,
all
like,
that matters.
Well, I mean, yeah, for recreational use, that is literally all that matters.
As long as we can split them in half, we're fine. Half
no,
of
it's
them.
like we in theory, if you'd want to see what it was like in like Colorado, you'd have to eat 2 of what ours are to their 1. But yeah, I didn't know this until like shortly before we started streaming, and like I was trying to find topics and think of topics for us.
I put
And
you
then
under
a
the gun
friend of
pretty
mine-
hard.
A friend of mine was like, "Hey, we got edibles now because the Republican didn't read a thing properly," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "You're joking." He's like, "No." I'm like, "All right, let me look this up and learn about it, so
Well,
that could be a topic."
well, politics can get pretty fucking stupid.
I mean, yeah, just look at the state of our country. Anyway,
I will say that I didn't really expect it, but at the very least, Walls is at least a half decent governor.
I voted for him, so you know, I liked him. Like, I voted for him in the primary. I should state that, like, because I'm sure like a lot of people who are like still unsure about him, but generally vote blue, voted for him in the But in the primary, I voted for him when there was like the list of Democratic people running.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of faith in him. I didn't think he was gonna be all that. I didn't think he was gonna do all that much, but you know, he's done what he needs to, and I can at least respect him for doing his fucking job.
Right, and he had to tough out through COVID, which is difficult because you have people not understanding basic science,
Yep.
and getting mad at the government for basic science. So like, he had to tough through people being really fucking mad that their businesses had to be closed because people were dying.
Yeah. I still remember the hayloft in
Yup, in Luxembourg.
yeah, I was gonna say Liechtenstein for some reason.
Oh, Luxembourg. I used to that house right across the, like, there's that cornfield to the one side of the hayloft. That white house on the other side of that. I used to live there when I was before 2nd grade.
That was very, very annoying because it was just like the most self-serving shit ever. And just like the fucking 0.05% of people who just put like recall wall signs, and it was literally like 0.05% of like the population of the state. It's like such a tiny, insignificant amount of people were saying that shit that obviously it wasn't gonna go anywhere.
It was just angry rednecks who don't understand.
Yeah,
basic science.
it was just people bitching to bitch, and it's like, ugh, what?
Like,
Why
yeah, I
even
get it.
waste the time?
Yeah, I get that. Anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing for 4th of July. Part of me is tempted to go see if there's a protest and maybe go do that.
I was gonna look at the city and see if they were gonna do anything and consider it because
I guarantee you there's something happening in the Twin Cities.
Well, no, I meant like the city here.
Oh, if there's gonna be a protest in Annan, where you're at?
There's not gonna be a protest here. We're a red city. Of course, there's not gonna be a protest.
That's why I was confused, because I thought you were saying if there was a protest.
No,
No, you're just saying if there's any 4th of July anything.
Yeah, if there's gonna be a thing going on, because I actually took the opportunity for this weekend. I'm gonna be having a 4-day weekend, which is gonna be super sweet.
Nice. I didn't take Friday.
I took Tuesday.
Oh, you took Tuesday.
I wanted the long odds, so I took Tuesday.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I just get Monday paid, and I don't have to work, and then, yeah, Tuesday I go back to work. But yeah, what was the other topics? I got a 32-inch monitor at work today. That was fun. That was a topic I was gonna talk about.
That is a pretty big one.
I mean, literally, so earlier this week, one of my monitors at work like flickered a bit for like 5 minutes, and I took a video of it on my phone because I was like, "That's not good," and I sent it to my boss. He's like, "I was like, this happened for 5 minutes and then it stopped. It hasn't happened since." He's like, "I'm gonna get you a new monitor." I'm like, "All right." Gets me a 32-inch monitor to replace a 19-inch monitor.
Wow. Yeah, that's a pretty
What?
noticeable.
I'm like, all right, now I basically have like one gigantic monitor. I still have my like 21-inch monitor as the other monitor at my job. So I'm like, yeah, I got a lot. Getting my job done is going to be a lot easier because I have the big ass monitor.
And then your other monitor wilted in shame for having to stand next to it.
Right. Well, I mean, the 19-inch monitor is gone.
So
But
even
yeah,
even
that
back
was
then you
fun.
had mismatched monitors.
It makes me really like my job though, because like, you know, something goes wrong, company immediately decided, yeah, our employees need better equipment. I'm gonna just go buy the better equipment. Like it wasn't some fight to get better equipment. You know, I feel like my place of work understands that like employees thrive if you like give them what they need and then just let them do it. And so, you know, I'm never really like watched over like a hawk. I'm given, you know, the equipment I need if I ask for it. I get paid really well for what is a really basic entry level position, at least in my opinion. I think my job, like my bosses, actually consider my position more difficult than I do, because I think in their mind they specifically do want someone with like the English uh, background, so they can, you know, for spell checking these reports and like making sure they sound really good and professional. In my mind, I feel like most people can make stuff sound professional enough and get the grammar right enough that no one's gonna notice that it's wrong. Like, I know how to use a semicolon, but I feel like if someone uses a comma when it should have been a semicolon, most people aren't going to notice
No, they're
that
not.
it's wrong because they also would use a comma instead of the semicolon. So, like, in my mind, my job could be potentially done by someone less trained than I am, and for a much lower wage than. But I get a wage that's worth my training, and I get equipment I need. So yeah, that's pretty dope. I love that. Been watching Bob's Burgers. That's the new thing I'm watching. I
Are
don't
they
know if
up
we
to? I think we talked about it for like a minute.
yeah,
So are they up to season 10 yet?
it's 12 seasons and a movie right now.
A movie.
Yeah, there's a movie in movie theaters like right now. Like if you'd go to the movie theater like tomorrow, you could see it in theaters still. Like it just came out like a couple weeks ago. The fact that it got a movie is what made me decide to watch it. Cause like I never knew much about it, and I like knew some people liked it, but I was like, I don't know if it's that great of a animated thing. And then I was like, they made a movie for it that's in movie theaters. I'm like, maybe I'll check it out and see. Like not the movie, I haven't watched the movie, but I was like, maybe I'll check out the show just to see like if it was hype enough that they'd make a movie. I like it. I think there's some really clever jokes in it that just, you know, knock me over from time to time. Like Bob's talking at like the at breakfast one day about something I forget at the beginning of an episode, and he goes he's talking about like the bi-county area, and Tina goes, I don't know, our county's bi. Good for our county. And then this just keeps going, and I was just like, that's funny.
uh,
There's every now and again there's different shit they do like that where I'm just like, that's funny. Oh, yeah, one they did an episode I watched the other day where like the school did a Mother's Day like play, but Linda, the mom, got sick, so she couldn't see the kids. So when the kids came back, they told her a story of it, and that's the episode. So the story's like the kids' version of what happened. Even though
okay.
very early on in the episode, you got to see what actually happened, albeit briefly. So like the first couple of minutes of the episode is like Bob and the kids at the actual like Mother's Day thing, and Bob's trying to film it, but the camera's keeps having problems. And then meanwhile, you see that like all the performances kind of really suck and they're not very good. But then they get home and the kids decide to describe it to Linda because Bob couldn't get the camera to work, and they all have their own versions of it, of their performances, and they all rip off of like other movies and stuff. And Tina, it like tells hers, and it's she's like, it's a space opera starring a like a tough space girl named Sigourney, and I'm like, God damn it, because Sigourney Weaver played Ridley in
Oh
Alien,
god.
and I was like, that's funny, and like. It was like Tina's just ripping off of Alien, and she literally named her character after the actress who played the lead in Alien. But
Yeah,
I think what I like about it is it's not as like over time. You know, The Simpsons got ridiculous with their premises.
yeah, they went over the top, and
I
it
feel like
fucked
for
up.
the most part, like there's some more crazier episodes of Bob's Burgers, but for the most part, a lot of the episodes are pretty grounded scenarios where like the craziness comes from the wackiness of the characters' personalities and not based off of how wacky the premise is. Like the premise is always something that makes sense. Like the kids decided to make they went to the go-kart place and found out there's a go-kart league, so now they're going to compete in the go-kart league, right? Things like that. And or they got detention but they want to sneak out of detention, right? It's all grounded stories, and I think I really like those stories. So like I've been enjoying Bob's Burgers. I wouldn't necessarily say it's the best animated like adult cartoon that I've watched. I still think South Park's my personal favorite, but
I think that if I bothered to go back and finish it, I probably still would call BoJack probably the top.
BoJack is really good, yeah.
Well, for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't finished BoJack either, but I feel like BoJack is in a different league because BoJack isn't like straight comedy. Like it's comedy.
It's not.
But also it kicks you in the goddamn gut. Like,
yeah, it'll drop kick you when it feels like it.
Yeah, but like Bob's Burgers and South Park, like they're like comedy through and through for the most part. Like there might be a touching moment for like a little bit, but like it's not like a constant like existential like stuff that BoJack Horseman's doing.
Well,
So yeah.
a lot of the episodes are, they're not always into that stuff. It's just him living his life, doing something shitty.
I was gonna say typically it's him doing something self-destructive.
I don't know if that was all the time. I might have to go back and relook at it.
I'm not saying every single time in BoJack Horseman, but a lot of the episodes that like, it's some wacky things happening. It's happening because he's being self-destructive and it's leading down his path. The episode that comes to my mind is in the first season, the muffin one, where he goes to the store to buy muffins and then like he finds them in like the produce aisle or something, and it's because this Navy SEAL
yeah
put him there, and then he blows it up into this huge goddamn thing because he can't let the Navy SEAL like have the moment. So like the Navy SEAL gets on the news and like bitches, and like if BoJack just kept his mouth shut and didn't respond, it would have been yesterday's news come the next day. But instead, he gets on the phone. He's like, "Yeah, and I ate the whole goddamn thing of muffins and blah blah blah," and he like starts getting super angry, and it just his own self-destructive behavior makes it blow up out of proportion. But yeah, I haven't watched that since.
Yeah, that was ages ago. That had to have been like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's probably the last time I watched it. 3 years ago. Like, I know some stuff that's happened in it from like on the internet.
Yeah, I think they're up to like, it has to be like season 5 at this point.
Oh, I thought the show's done. Like they've completed it now. Like there's not going to be more of it.
Yeah, I believe so too. But I think they did. I think they did more after I stopped watching, and I think they stopped around season 4 or 5.
6 seasons apparently, according to.
Oh wow.
According to Google, and the last one I watched, I want to say it was either season 3 or season 4. I think might have been the last one I watched.
Oh, and if anybody's listening at this point and you haven't seen BoJack, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I highly recommend it. I'm not gonna say that there's anything wrong with you if you don't want to watch it.
It's obviously the best, and you have missed out. And what the heck is wrong with you? Go watch BoJack right now. Get off this video. Stop staring at Clock Tower 3 and go watch BoJack.
I think I'm just looking at thumbnails to the episodes on Google. I think I watched through season 4. It all depends if, like, there's a specific character I'm looking for in the thumbnails, but, like, they probably continue after, like, the season they're introduced in. But, the season they're introduced in is the season I ended on. So, yeah. But yeah, that's a good show. But, like, to me, BoJack Horseman, like, the style of storytelling and, like, the things that, like, I don't put it in that same category of, you know, like, The Simpsons and, you know, South Park, Family Guy, like, all those, like, just pure comedies. I put BoJack Horseman in a different grouping of stuff, and in that grouping, yeah, BoJack Horseman's probably the number one, because that is a ridiculously good show.
We put BoJack Horseman in its own box, and it's number 1 of its box.
I put it in its own box. I don't know if there's other things in the box off the top of my head. I'd have to, like, run through, like, everything I've ever watched to find if there's something I'd put as, like, maybe I'd call it, like, a dark comedy, like, because it's a comedy, but yeah, it's a dark comedy.
We'll put The Sopranos in the box, we'll put The Godfather in the box, and then we'll put Blazing Saddles next to the box.
I haven't finished The Sopranos. I think what am I, season 3 of The Sopranos?
I'm surprised you can find the time. I can barely find the time to watch Game of Thrones. I have to watch like a season in a week.
Jeff, I don't play video games.
How can you not play video games? It's the one thing that brings everyone together.
I literally spend most of my free time watching television when I'm not working. Like, that's why I've gotten through 8 seasons of Bob's Burgers in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I try to keep myself to 2 hours of TV a day if I can manage it, but it's really hard to do that because I have to sacrifice, like, working on my project, because the Zelda shit is going to take probably another month to get done, because there's tons of things I want to talk about with Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, and Breath of the Wild. They're going to be long, because there are lots of problems to talk about.
That's fair. Oh, See, I can't keep. I mean, I was like, I knew I had a list, and it was like a rather like it was like 6 or 7 things. One of the things I was gonna tell you, it's not really so much of a topic that we can go on at length about, so much as just an announcement.
Ooh, what are we doing?
During the Steam Summer Sale, right? I decided to buy Danganronpa Another Episode Ultra Despair Girls, which is the spin-off game that is canonical to the main story of the main games. And I think takes place between the first 2 games. I don't remember. Don't look anything up about it because you'll find spoilers. But it's a different. It doesn't play like the other games, and I've never played it. I just kind of knew the gist of which characters were in it, and that for the most part, none of the events of it carry over into anything other than like the anime. That continues it, because they did an anime called Danganronpa 3, which is like the actual, like, what would be the 3rd installment of the main story, and then Danganronpa V3, the game, is its own separate thing that's separate from the other stuff. But the other stuff's all connected, and the other stuff has some manga in it that I've never bothered to read. For the most part, I don't think you need to. And then Danganronpa 3, the anime, which for the most part I think wraps up some stuff. And then Ultra Despair Girls, which is the spin-off game, which I never played, but I bought it, so we can play it on stream, blind, both of us. I'm kind of really digging the Danganronpa that we've been doing, so I'm thinking when we finish Danganronpa 1 to get our to get our breath of something different, I actually kind of want to play Ultra Despair Girls so that we have a different gameplay, but a continuation of the same story. And then we can go into Danganronpa 2 right away, and then we can come back after that to Phoenix Wright. Like, I think that's what I want to do, just because I'm really personally enjoying replaying through Danganronpa 1, and I think you're enjoying it. And I'd like to see your responses to the later stuff.
I just wish that literally any of my predictions came true, because like I came into the room, fired like 12 bullets, and they all missed.
What, didn't you successfully guess who the murderer was on one of them?
I'd have to go back and look.
I guess Leon you got like right away, but that was when we were playing.
I really wouldn't call that getting it, because I didn't predict that coming. I just fucking was like, okay, we gotta figure out who this is, and it's that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Did you guess Celeste for the last case? Who did you guess was the double homicide?
Who did I guess?
I thought you guessed Celeste.
Come here, you stupid thing. Don't worry, I'll write this down before next week so we can keep that going. I mean, I'm getting a kick out of writing this. It doesn't take a long time to write 4 paragraphs.
Yeah.
I think this is for that. What the? I wrote this very badly. For the third murder, which was after Mondo's murder.
Yeah.
I wrote that the victim was going to be Aoi, killed by Hifume.
Oh, gotcha.
And that was, I guess that's technically half true.
Aoi killed by Hifume? I mean, in a way, yeah, because Hifume technically killed Taka, and then Celeste killed him. Is like the technical what happened in the double homicide. Albeit it was Celeste played the entire thing, so she convinced Hifume to kill Taka, and then
I'm gonna have to
killed
update
him.
this, because I did not load that correctly.
And we found the most recent body before we quit, so now you have to try to figure out who killed Sakura.
To be honest, I think I'm gonna go Occam's Razor on this, because I think I'm overthinking things. I'm probably gonna predict that Aoi did it.
Okay.
Because I think that she probably Occam's Razor probably had the most logic to do it, because she was very devastated by, figuring out that for anybody else, like Sakura being the plant was something I didn't see coming.
Yeah.
Because, like, even the day before, I still believed that Hifume, even though he died, because I thought that he fake died, was going to be the plant. But no, he just ended up being... He was involved in the wrong plot. He was involved in a Celeste plot, not a Mono Bear plot.
Not a Monokuma plot. Nope.
Nope. We're down to 6 people, which is not enough. We need more people. We also need Toko to die. She just needs to die.
Right now? Is it 6 right now? I thought for some reason my brain says 7, but maybe it's 6.
I guess technically you might have 5.
Oh no, it's 6 because you're not counting Sakura, right?
I did count Sakura. Did I?
Oh,
I didn't count the main character, and I don't know if he technically
you didn't
counts.
count. I'm counting the main character because I'm counting how many students are left alive.
Yeah, because technically we're down to 6 because Sakura just died and we're alive.
Yeah, because it's Makoto, Sakura if we count her, but she's technically dead, and we're going to be investigating that. Aoi, Byakuya, Togo.
We still have this mysterious Mr. 16, and that's not a spoiler because they showed that off after Murder 3, that's a person who exists.
And then I think we have 7 if we count the mystery person. Because we have the mystery person, and then we have Hiro, and then we have Kyoko. That's 7.
Yeah, I think
if we count Sakura. Wait.
I think if we... Well, no, that's not what I was going to say. I think another thing that Slowbeef mentioned during that episode I was talking about was that he also appreciated Byakuya. I think that's what he said. So at this point, I'm expecting a heck of a turnaround for that guy. Because if he's not going to redeem himself, I don't know what the fuck everyone's talking about with this guy. Because if he's
I think it's his mindset. I find his mindset interesting.
if he's going to be a douche through and through, then I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll play the game, and we'll see what your thoughts are.
Well, we still don't know Pink Hair Girl's secret. She has a secret. She has multiple secrets, and we don't know any of them.
Her hair is white.
It's kind of
Or
pinkish in this
silver.
picture.
Is it?
It might just be the lighting or something.
Kyok. I mean, because her hair is. Her hair should be like a light, or like maybe a very light shade of like, lavender, like that. Like if there's like a color to it that isn't white or silver, it would be like potentially like a very light lavender.
I'm wondering why she cared enough to tie a black bow in her hair. Doesn't seem like the person to go through the effort of doing that. Why'd you do that?
Black bow in her hair. Oh,
She
yeah,
does
she
in
does.
this picture that she's staring at me in.
Yeah, she does. It looks like she has a thing in her hair on the right hand side, in a braid, and like most of this art, which is probably what it is in the game then.
And Sakura is just in a permanent pose of wanting to murder anyone she looks at. You know, I'm kind of amazed that I respect Sakura, because I usually hate that shit where Japanese fiction will create an obviously male character and then just say, no, it's a girl, you sexist. And I'm like, seriously?
Which one? What?
No, I've seen a couple characters do that across, like, Japanese things, where they'll make a character obviously one gender, and then they'll say, no, it's the other one. Obviously. And then they'll like shame the audience, like, no, it's obviously the other one. Duh. It's like, seriously? I'm surprised that Sakura was able to pull that shit off, because that shit usually annoys the hell out of me.
Oh, see, I think Sakura,
Ow.
depending on what art you're seeing of her, looks like a girl or looks like a guy. Like her face, and then the fact that she's super muscular is very masculine. But then yeah, she's in
a dress, which helps.
she's in a girl's school uniform.
She's in the most ill-fitting dress she could find. For
Very
starters.
technically feminine, albeit there's plenty of guys with long hair, but her hair is technically effeminate. And depending on the angle in the art, it's difficult, but she does have clear boobs and not pecs. Like, that is something that is in her design that, depending on the angle and depending on the pose she's in, can be hard to see.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at her like, I mean, it's mostly a face shot, which is, I mean, the thing that gets me is, like, her face looks like it's shaped like a shovel.
Right. And her common pose is her arms crossed across her chest. So in those poses, you can't tell her, like, if she has boobs or not.
Which, well, you just described it. It made perfect sense for what they were doing.
Yeah.
It's the one time that Japan got away with it. So, good job, whoever is writing who is developing this game?
Chunsoft. Spike Chunsoft.
God, they have made tons of stuff. How much weirdness is packed into this company? I've heard that name for ages.
As a developer, they've made...
What is this? They made a game called Conception, and I immediately was interested. It's like, what the fuck could that be?
They are the people behind, at least maybe the American release or the Steam release of Steins Gate, it looks like.
Oh, it's a dating sim. That makes sense. Because literally the first sentence is, the player's goal is to charm girls from Academy, raise their affection for character, then produce... Okay. then make the babies.
But yeah, it looks like they're responsible for the Steins Gate. I don't know if that's just like maybe the American release or
I will
yeah,
tell.
it must be the PC release because it comes up on their list of developer on Steam, but then when you go to the actual Steam store page for Steins Gate, the developer is Mages Inc.
I will say that
Chunsoft.
their first game under the partnership with that company was apparently the Windows version of Steins Gate. So apparently that's what they did.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I think they published the game. It sounds like.
Yeah. Okay.
What the fuck is Chaos Child?
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure their biggest thing is still that they have done that's 100% them is Danganronpa. Like, all the Danganronpa games are published and developed by Spike Chunsoft.
Oh, it sounds like a murder investigation visual novel.
And there's a couple games they've done that I mean I don't know if they're 100% responsible for it because like I know the Notary games are a murder mystery thing or like a crime mystery thing.
Yeah, that was
And
well, I've heard
they have a hand in that. I don't know if they're the publisher again or if they're the developer.
What was I gonna say? Wow, my brain didn't go anywhere. I have no idea. Thanks, brain. You know, when I'm editing this video, I might put up some different gameplay footage because we have been... I might actually just cut off the recording because I think we're kind of done with bullshitting.
Fair enough.